Okay, so when we had left off, the 3 elves had just appeared in a distant land. Some what they believe is probably shortly after sunset, because they can kind of still see the like little bit of an afterglow of the sun to the west. And there is also a village that is just south of your location, literally just maybe a quarter mile. If you look about, there's a dirt road that is just kind of off to the side a little bit, to where you can basically walk over to the road and then walk down the road towards the small town.
All right.
You hear music drifting from the town, and you know that you can see some lantern lights and stuff from down that way.
Well, I guess we should head to the town over there and see exactly where we ended up. Plus, I don't know about you guys, but I could use an actual bed.
An actual bed and a meal would be nice after what we went through.
So we're just going to pretend that we didn't see that crazy laughing fox go off into the nothing.
Well, we're not going to chase it at this hour. I mean,
Well,
you're more than welcome to. Be a bear and go investigate.
Well, I mean, also the image that I saw was of a trickster fox. It wouldn't surprise me if that was part of the spell, or just in
Could have been a guardian of the portal.
or a just an essence of the deity who partially some of the magic used in it or something. There's many ways that could go, but strange to see at first, but not really that surprising. Not to someone like me, anyway.
Well, seeing things shape shift and isn't surprising to me either, so. I say we go and find a hot meal and somewhere to stay and figure out where we're going to look for your mom, I guess.
Yeah. Wow. A lot to contemplate.
Yeah, I bet.
Alright, so at that point you guys kind of make your way kind of across the like a little bit of this open field of wildflowers, across a small creek, and to the road just on the other side, and begin making your way towards town. About halfway there, you enter in what looks like kind of a row of trees that kind of go off to either side of the dirt road that you're on. That looks like it kind of slowly curves and goes around the town, like the town is surrounded in this ring of trees. It's like just one tree, not like a grove of trees, but like one tree every like maybe 30 feet or so. The 2 nature types obviously recognize the types of trees they are. They are cherry trees that go around the town. Just past that, maybe another 1/8 of a mile, you come to the first of the buildings that you see and they're basically just kind of this long row of very closely packed together buildings. Some of them have lights on, some of them are already dark. You see that they're like some of the outlying houses and everything. You can see the flicker of light from like fireplaces or from lanterns and stuff, kind of lightly causing the town itself to glow. The structures here seem to be fairly flimsy in your overall view, as they're basically relatively square buildings with these swooping clay tiled roofs, and the walls appear to be made out of maybe a thin cloth and maybe even paper panels. So that kind of create these like shadow puppets and everything as people are moving around inside. A lot of these buildings, you see that these panels are slid open that allows access to what looks like kind of like a walkway that's just on the other side of the panel. So it's basically like there's a walkway that goes around the exterior of the house, kind of like an outdoor hallway that can be closed off with these various panels. Yes.
Walls of paper thing.
And you hear
How far do you think I can make it? Like turn into a bear right now, just run through it
Straight through the town.
before they just get me.
Yeah, that's the last thing we need. Oh, hey, after
Draw
this
attention
long...
to ourselves and.
Or after
No.
this long journey where we
You
need to
guys
rest.
could be the heroes because you stopped the big bear. Right.
I'm pretty sure they know what druids are. Yeah, just, you know.
I mean, Sylen would probably love to stab you, but.
I'll set his hair on fire.
Bear is on fire.
Not tickling my hair, but okay.
So as you're walking like down this row of tightly packed buildings, you see one kind of towards the center of the town, basically about halfway down the street, has this red paper lantern that kind of hangs down. It's approximately 18 inches in diameter and about 2 feet long, and it's this like really deep crimson red, and it's lit up and everything. And there are these like strange black patterns that are basically painted on the side of it. And you can hear a little bit of music coming from inside, and see people kind of wander out and wander in. The people that wander out seem to be mostly, or at least somewhat intoxicated, as some of them stagger a little bit. Others come out and they're just kind of like talking and laughing loudly with one another. You see a couple of guards kind of walk by, and they kind of converse with some of the people for a little while and then kind of move on. They don't really they don't seem to be detaining these people or anything. They just kind of talk with them as though, you know, hey, I'm your friend, how you doing? Having a good drink? All right, cool, see you later type of conversation.
You guys remember that bard that used to sing about Roxanne and her red lamp? What was he singing about?
Walking towards you, you see 3 young women dressed in very simple, what looks kind of like a robe. One of them is in kind of a pale blue that has like a dark, maybe like a dark blue border on it, and they're kind of a leftover right folded kind of robe with this really thick silk sash that kind of comes around and is tied in the back, and these strange wooden sandals that seem to have like a little block on them, and they're just kind of walking along chatting with one another, and they see you and they're like and kind of go off down like a side area.
Do we know what language they're speaking?
You have no idea what these people are saying.
Or
So far you haven't been able to read any of the signs, any of the conversations that's going on. You can't understand anything these people are saying. Nobody has seemed, the young women kind of looked at you and kind of giggled and walked off, but nobody seems overly concerned with your presence in the town. They just kind of acknowledge that you're there and just kind of go on about their business.
that's good.
As you get closer to the building that you think might be like a tavern, maybe, you get closer and you can kind of peer inside, and it has these panels like the rest of the buildings that are kind of slid open, and there's a room, approximately a 30 by 30 room, so it's a decent sized room with a bar on like the back wall has like a little U-shaped bar that kind of comes out, and there's like a handful of people kind of like standing at the bars. There's some large barrels that are kind of set out, kind of spaced out around the room, and there's people standing around these barrels. They've all got like cups and like looks like clay cups. There's like some of the tables have like clay bottles on them, and people are just kind of standing around talking and drinking and having a relatively good time. Everybody here seems to be of the same basic culture. They all look fairly similar. The dark hair, all roughly in the same height categories and everything. So they all look local. So they don't. No one person really kind of stands out all that much, except for there's 3 people in this, what you guess is a tavern, standing around this one barrel. One is only maybe like a head taller than the barrel itself, with this long red hair that's pulled back into a ponytail that's tied at the base of her neck. It doesn't look like it's tied with a band or anything. It's literally just kind of tied on itself into like a little bit of a knot, and there's like a whole bunch of like wispies and flyaways and everything, and she's just kind of standing there, and she appears to be pretty much 3 sheets to the wind. She's kind of Small. She's like a little over 4 feet tall. Kind of heavy, stocky in her frame, but not like large. She's basically got just thick muscles. She's got freckles all across her face and everything. And she's just jabbering away at 2 other people. One is kind of a handsome-ish looking human, obviously not from around here. Matter of fact, he looks a lot like the people that you saw in Venetia, so basically he's got like kind of an olive complexion. He's got dark brown hair, kind of these eyes that are pretty kind of hazel. He's got like a dark brown goatee and everything. And he's just got a clay cup, and he's sitting here talking to this, what you guess is a female dwarf, based off her overall size and everything, but she's not quite as stockily built as you've seen most dwarves. But he's just kind of drinking out of this cup, and he's just kind of chatting with her. And next to them is another woman, human, with this long flowing blonde locks that basically just kind of flow over her shoulders and everything. Very neatly kept, like brushed regularly, so it kind of shines and everything. With palish, kind of fair skin, and these deep brown eyes that kind of really stick out because of the fact that the rest of her seems relatively pale. The pale hair and the pale skin makes her eyes seem much larger than they really are. And she's just kind of standing there chatting with these 2, and she also has like a clay cup that she seems to be sipping from, but she doesn't seem to be getting overly completely wasted. She's just kind of there in the group, and they're laughing and talking, but they are also speaking the local language.
Well, at least we're not the only outsiders.
Is that a dwarf? It's a real dwarf. It is a dwarf, right?
It is. Don't offend it.
You know how long it's been since we've seen a dwarf? You know how long it's been since we've seen a dwarf? I can't even remember. I mean, I could do if I probably think about it, but...
Go get a table and I'll get drinks.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Alright, so you walk into this place, and you have to step up a little bit, and as you step up, you see that there's really no unoccupied tables, aka barrels, in the room. Each of the barrels has at least 2 occupants at them.
Oh look, the dwarf is smashed. This is going to be great. Absolutely smashed. That's what dwarves do.
You're gonna get smashed if she hears you.
That's fine. That's what they do.
So what language are you guys speaking? Probably Elvish, since it's just the 3 of you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you guys, but
we should stand next to the dwarf and her friends.
I don't know about the locals, but I'm pretty sure the 3 that don't look like they're from here probably speak common. So I'm gonna go ask where we are.
I will follow you.
Right, so you 2 start walking towards this barrel. It's kind of towards the back corner of this room. You walk over towards the U-shaped bar, because basically it's like if you walk back there, it's just kind of this horseshoe-shaped bar that's attached to the back wall. And you see this
I wish I could set you up right now.
Probably middle-aged gentleman. He's got the same style of dress as everybody else here. His robe is kind of gray with these large white flowers on them. He's got like a big, thick, dark gray sash that's just kind of plain tied in the back. You see that he is serving drinks to a group of people that's kind of like at one side of the bar. And when he sees you approach, he finishes up what he's doing, and he walks over towards you and begins to speak to you.
In the language we don't understand.
Yeah.
So I'll say in common and say, do you speak common?
He's like, oh, yes, I speak common. What would you like?
I'll take 3 drinks, please, for now. Bales.
Beer?
Beers? Yeah, whatever.
He goes over and he grabs a couple of clay cups and begins from this tap, kind of pours you this relatively kind of a pale amber liquid into these cups and brings them over to you and is like,
How much do I owe you?
2 copper.
I'll reach,
Well, no, sorry, 3. There's 3 of you, so 3 copper.
I'll reach in my bag and hand him the copper.
Guy looks at them, puts them into like a little box. Literally, there's just a box that sits on the counter next to him. It's just open, kind of tosses it in there with some other coins, and just turns his back and walks away from it to go deal with some other patrons.
Well, being honest, I'm not a thief. I'm not going to take this money. But I'm going to pick up my drinks and go find where they're standing, or where they're going to go talk to the other 3.
All right. So meanwhile, you 3 are kind of standing around, speaking in the local language, which is Keontamese. Just kind of talking about your days, the day that's gone by. So, as you sit and stare at me,
We're going to die of boredom in this town.
You think so?
Yeah.
At
You
least
should take a big drink of her beer.
I don't know. There's possibility of There's possibility of some work around, I'm sure. But sitting in a bar like this, we're not gonna find any.
Yo, yeah, replacing tiles on a roof when you're this tall. It's not work. It's not really work.
Well, it's extra work for
Shovel
you.
some shit.
You guys
You're
talk-
down lower.
Are you guys talking in common?
No. We can't understand
We're
them.
practicing our Rokashima language.
But
If we could find work, real work, going out and killing things, that would be good.
Excuse me. I'm speaking in common. So you see an elf, 5'9".
Just gonna kind of like lean back. Just gonna take a drink out of her drink.
Look up.
Kind of.
Elves!
I'm literally behind him, just all like.
Multiple elves! Not it.
I told you he's a dwarf. It's a
I'm
real
not
one.
talking to
Did you just say he?
I was like, shit.
Did you just assume the dwarf's gender?
No, I said it actually.
look on your phone.
I couldn't tell.
No.
Because
That
it was under the table.
no beard.
It was under the table. I couldn't. I wasn't sure.
Sorry to interrupt, but
Fascinating.
this is gonna sound really strange, and I promise you, I am not under the influence of anything.
That's okay. I can usually tell when people are under the influence very quickly.
I want my character to say.
But anyway, go on.
But my friends and I have absolutely no idea where or what town this is.
Figures.
How do you get to a town and not know where you're at?
A magical portal with no destination.
Oh no, that makes you so crazy.
Like speak in our language and say
I
what?
don't know where it goes.
In Elvish.
You're
That makes you so
speaking
crazy.
in common.
No,
Commonly
in the
local-
Cantonese, the
Okay.
local,
language.
to where
Okay.
he doesn't understand what I'm saying. Just looking at him like he's crazy and looking at them. What is wrong with that one?
Yeah, in Elvish. That makes you sound crazy.
You've never
It's-
seen a portal before?
It's
mean-
magic. People know magic portals. I'm speaking in Elvish. It's like, so we're having these like side
You guys are
conversations.
both having conversations in your different languages next to each
Yeah,
other.
Both
So at this
talking
point, you
shit.
walk up with to the table full of people with 3 cups.
No, if one
Yeah.
of these, if one of them speaks Elvish, you're gonna
So
look
you
like
approach-
a fool right now.
She hands you a clay cup,
Oh,
and
thank
you get a clay cup, and she's got a clay cup, and she doesn't bring anything else for the other 3 people at the table that they are.
What is
But
this?
they already had cups though, didn't they?
But it's commonplace if you're gonna come sit at a table to bring extra drinks. But it's okay.
I'm gonna look at my cup.
We'll forgive
Look
you
at
this
their
time
cup.
for your.
Pound the rest of my drink and go, Yori!
Yep.
Yori Oki no Buri!
I actually smell my cup, and it's like,
I like this one. This one we can keep.
What is this?
it's beer.
Maybe. You can see
After
the
you
bottom of
had,
the glass.
Like
or the
12.
jar, whatever.
12.
You can see the bottom of the glass. You dump it all over yourself.
He helps.
It's not.
No.
You
Not
need a straw
bad.
to
It's
sit.
not as
Alright.
it's not
You
as
could find an umbrella
flavorful
for it.
as some of the darker brews that you would get in other locations, but it's passable.
But yeah, we
Do I get the good
have
stuff?
recently arrived
It's
'Cause I'll pay
the
for
beer
on
is
this
pretty much-
continent.
Oh, if you
We
want
know
stuff from
that
other
much.
places, yeah,
Yeah,
you
because
get
we're
where
we
we
get
are.
stuff. Drunken trading.
but we're on
Okay.
the
So I
continent
can get the actual
specifically.
good dwarven
We have
stuff?
no
Yeah.
idea.
Okay, yeah, I pay for the good dwarven stuff.
Okay, that one's
Of the town we're in.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the name of the town.
Okay, I paid it.
even then it's not the best dwarven.
He doesn't
beer.
even know where he is.
What?
I forgot the name of the town.
Refreshing.
Okay. So you're in Rokashima.
Do
He
I
doesn't know
know
either.
where on this particular continent that is?
Give me an intelligence check. You might, but then again, you may not.
Well, I have a 20 total.
Yeah, you actually have a pretty good idea of where it's at.
Alright.
You know, doing your various studies and research, this particular region comes up fairly well because it has such a strong connection to this. For these people, they consider it the spirit world. For you guys, it's kind of you consider it more of a connection to the Fae.
Okay.
They are distinctly different, but they are very similar. They have a lot of similarities.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. That is very helpful. I actually know where we are.
Oh, a scholar. I see.
Yeah, that's very astute.
So I'm gonna mutter to him in Keotamese and tell her to, like, now that they know where they are, they can leave.
They may be bringing you more alcohol
Uh,
for free.
I don't know. I mean, they
You
seem
were sitting here complaining about how you have
look how
nothing to
cheap
do.
they are. They got the cheap stuff.
Perhaps you should school them on what's better here.
No, they have a limited stock.
Well, do you know where a good place to stay is? I'm assuming, like, this is kind of a little, maybe presumptuous of me, but you don't look like you're from the area yourself, so you probably know a good place.
Well, I am staying at the river's edge. You should stay in the House of Lilies.
And what is the House of Lilies?
It's on the northern edge of town.
How's the lilies?
What kind of,
It's like she knows you already.
and what kind of establishment is this?
Oh, it's nice. I mean, they've got curtains and
That's weird.
garden. Got a nice garden. You'd like that? Yeah, a garden.
Because I'm an elf. You
She starts drinking her beer.
I like gardens.
I didn't use this.
yes, well, you're all about nature. You know, you're a naturalist, and it's disturbing.
At this point, one of the other groups of people, like, all yell, "Come by!" all together, and they, like, shoot this, like, small clay cup of something, and then I'll
I am down with that, and I shoot the glass that he gave me of his ale.
I thought you were gonna shoot me. Not shoot the
Oh.
elf next to me.
Oh, sorry.
Go on, boy, too. Yeah.
Oh, ales.
As well. That's so cool.
And they start
Oh, yes.
basically after they finish, they start pouring more of this, like, very clear, looks like water into, like, these other small clay cups.
Is it hot?
No, it's actually chilled. It's summertime, so
I'll look at the dwarf and say, "What are they drinking over there?"
Sucky.
That's a rice wine.
indeed it is.
Ah.
I've never had it.
It will knock your teeth out if you don't know what you're doing.
Coming from a dwarf, that means it's pretty strong.
Oh no, not my teeth. Her teeth. Hers. Not mine.
So one of the people from one of the other tables, who's apparently like just completely smashed, kind of comes over, throws an arm around you. He's got the bottle, like this like large clay bottle, and he's like, ah, and hands it to you.
Thank you.
And he's like,
Do I just drink from the bottle or pour some in my cup?
he
Does it matter?
He just kind of looks at you,
What
he's
do I
like,
do?
huge smile on his face. His eyes are kind of bloodshot.
Okay,
His
so
face is
I'll
like
take a drink
flushed.
out of the bottle.
You take a drink out of the bottle, and it's
And then tell him to shove off.
doesn't really have much of a flavor at first, and then it just kind of hits you, and it's like almost like drinking pure alcohol, like rubbing alcohol.
Yeah. Thanks.
He's like, and at this point, one of the other guys that's not quite as drunk kind of comes over, and kind of like grabs him away, and is like, he's like, thank you, Red. Takes the bottle back and guides his buddy back over towards the table they were at.
Alright, so I'm pointing at the barkeep and be like, one more for them.
He goes,
So how much would a bottle of sake run a person?
that particular brand, it's the cheap stuff. It's only a silver for a bottle.
Alright.
They have some much better stuff, but it's obviously more expensive. And these guys,
They're past the point of needing the good stuff. They won't have a proper appreciation for it.
But after a bit, they kind of wander off down the road, singing some sort of song, horribly, to most of your guys' ears, horribly off key, and to most of the other locals' ears, horribly off key. But they don't care. They're just having a good time. It's about 8 of them just kind of wander off.
I love
And they
how
take
much
the
they
bottle
love
with them.
singing here.
Well, thanks for letting us interrupt you and ask our questions. We were going to...
Leave town soon?
Why do you want us to go?
I didn't say I wanted you to go. I was just wondering if you were.
Well, I don't know. I need to find someone.
That's vague.
Well, yes. But,
You didn't even know what town you were in. How are you going to find someone?
We did find someone.
Yeah, please.
well,
Like a whole town of someone's.
well, I found out what town we're in, so now I know where we are on the continent. I know a place to stay. People in this area
You're
speak
welcome.
common. Thank you.
Some.
And we can easily go from there. It's not that difficult.
Right. Good luck.
Do a lot of tourists come through this town, or?
No.
All right. You take a drink of my beer. I'll say in Elvish to them, like, it seems like they're kind of like claiming this place right now, and she's getting kind of defensive. Why don't we just go find a place to stay and talk to them
I've
when
got the
she's
perfect
sober?
place. The water's edge. Let's go stay there.
Balls. Balls!
I'm speaking in
That's
Elvish,
in
by the way.
Elvish.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
if you speak Elvish, you understand that, but if you
I
don't...
don't. I speak the dark vision.
I like her. I get it. I get it. 'Cause the last time we made friends, they ended up stains on the floor in some like random place. Just throwing it out there now.
So we shouldn't
haven't-
make friends with them?
Just saying.
Well, anyway, I don't know about you guys, but I want to go get a room. So,
Just like talking, looking at you guys speaking, and am I saying this right? Coyotemes?
Yep.
Okay. Are they just gonna stand around our table all day and stare at us?
I think that we should have a lengthy discussion, and we should do it so they can't
Outside?
understand. No, they can't understand us. We could talk about how lily-livered they are, and they won't ever know.
They're still
Drink my
standing
drink
here.
Awkwardly.
yeah.
So there's like
But
everybody's
I'm gonna
speaking in completely.
Well, I'm gonna
different-
interrupt that
Exactly.
conversation. You were just sitting here saying that you're bored,
Yeah. Not
and we're
I'm
looking
bored.
for work.
They're looking for a person.
And they're obviously not from here, and they need to know their way around. And I'm looking at a quick bit of coin in this situation.
Alright, but you ask. I'm drinking.
Shouldn't we maybe just watch them for a little bit longer before we start throwing ourselves on them to get money?
I'm gonna eye them up and down. Do these people look like they have money?
They look like they're adventurers. And not only do they look like they're adventurers, they're covered in dirt, blood. They look tired and disheveled. They look like they literally just came out of a dungeon 10 minutes ago.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah. But under all that dirt and grime, I am dressed really nicely.
Putting that out there.
Which is why I said I noticed.
Well, if I were a lesser dwarf, I could make some coin right now. Just saying. I kicked the bar stool. Why? Because there's nothing else to kick for the DM. But I am not tipping the barkeep.
So I'm gonna turn to this human because he seems the most personable of them, and say, well, thank you for letting us talk for a few. We're really tired. We're gonna go find somewhere to stay.
Do you guys have any idea where you're gonna go?
Well, we know the name.
Okay.
God, he's asking them questions. What is he
But
doing?
we can find it. We've taken up enough of your time, and I can tell from your other two friends that they really don't want us here.
They're just a bit rude at times, but that's just how their personalities are.
We were drinking and they came up and were talking around our table like we're not here.
Yeah, I found some really nasty cherries out there, but I'm gonna do something really fun.
Look, he's basically a glorified pet.
And I'm gonna druid craft like the perfect cherries.
Does he do
Alright.
tricks?
There.
He turns into animals. That's a trick.
Perfect cherry. You're never gonna have one better, even if you picked it off of there, which I wouldn't because I don't know what piece on there.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm interested in eating your cherries.
No.
He just went all like,
they just pop
Rub
in your
down
mouth.
on.
It's fine.
The point is, as I was going to say, is we are at this moment currently between jobs, and if anyone's needing any assistance in the area, we're available to help you.
for a price.
For a price.
You have to start with that.
Well,
Everything comes for a price.
We'll let you know. I'm gonna go over to the barkeep and ask
Okay.
the directions to the inn because I don't want to ask them.
Okay, which one do you want to go to?
The what was it called?
The Water's Edge.
Water's Edge.
Oh!
So you go over there and he's like, yeah. Just out the front, go to your right, and then you'll see a road that goes down towards the river. And you'll see it next to the river.
All right, thank you. I'll hand him a couple copper, or put a couple more copper pieces in his box and.
Okay. You just- he hands you a couple of more beers.
Oh no, I'm okay. We're just gonna go
Beer!
first for the.
Beer!
Well, I'll take him over to the dwarf and gather my friends and say, all right, let's go.
Alright.
Yes.
She bottom.
Yes. It is time to go.
Alright. So you guys wander out of the what you suppose is a tavern. You have no idea what the place is called. You can't read any of the language here. So you kind of follow his directions. You go right down the road a little bit, and you see just down the street, basically where the barkeep told you where to go. You see that group of 8 guys are all kind of gathered around and kind of like in that little intersection. They're just kind of talking to one another, and every once in a while they'll burst into song for like maybe 4 or 5 seconds, and then they'll just kind of take like maybe 3 steps, stop, and start talking again. And they're just drunk and having a good time, and very, very, very slowly making their way home. So you turn down the road headed towards the river. You go down maybe about 6 blocks all in all, and you see off to one side a rather large structure that's next to the river. It has a little bit of a garden around it, and there's like this little pathway with little paving stones that lead up to a large door that is kind of pushed open, and there's like 2 lanterns that kind of hang on either side of it. And the interior of this place is kind of lit up, and you see 3 young women, just kind of, they seem to be just kind of standing inside talking at the moment.
Well, this looks like the place. Let's go in.
Alright.
Alright, so you make your way down the little path, and as you approach, you see the young women, hearing you coming, kind of stop, go over by the door. They line up and they kneel down on their basically kneel down on their knees and everything, and just kind of sit there at the edge of the doorway, silently.
What do we do, Sylen?
Say hello. Excuse us, but is this the water's edge?
Yes, this is the one in the center. Says yes. This is the Ryukon of the water's edge. Please take off your shoes.
Well, we apologize for our appearance, but we're looking for a place to stay for the night.
What is a Ryukon?
It's I'm gonna see if I probably don't know what that is. An 8 on an intelligence check. It's most.
You think it's an inn?
I was gonna most likely it's an inn.
Well,
You know,
yeah,
I
but why do
probably
they call
said
it
that
Ryukon? Why don't they call it an
To be
inn?
honest.
Ryukin?
Because it.
No, Ryukon. Or Ryokan. Ryokan.
Because that's what they call it in their language.
Alright.
It probably has more
Seems
meaning
like a
than
lot
just
of
an
letters
inn.
for 3. I mean, alright.
Well, it probably actually has a meaning besides inn. You're
What
such.
does Ryokan mean?
It's a house where you stay.
Like an inn? I like it.
And they're just the 3 of them are just sitting there patiently waiting for you to take your shoes off. They got like
I already have
slippers that are
mine
off
off.
to the side.
I already have-
set aside for you.
I took
I'll
mine
take
off
mine
when
off
they
too.
when they said so.
All right, so so you're standing down on like ground level. You take off your boots and step up, and you basically put your feet into these slippers as you basically enter into the building. And one of the women basically takes up your shoes and everything. He's like, "How many rooms would you like?"
3, please.
Oh, that's weird. Slipper.
And she's like, "Follow me." And each one of the girls basically takes one of you and leads you to a room. Kind of go up a series of stairs. We'll start with you. The one kind of silently takes you up a set of stairs, and she slides open this paneled door, and inside you just see an open room with these tatami mats, are basically just kind of these straw mats that are kind of laid out on the floor, but otherwise it is just kind of completely empty. She goes in and she lights a couple of lanterns. She moves a small table over to the center of the room and just kind of motions for you to sit at it. The table is maybe like this tall.
Okay.
So,
I'll go sit down.
all right, you sit down, and she goes over and she basically gathers up some things and everything. She begins making you a cup of tea. It's hot tea, and she sets it out for you, and is like, "Please."
Thank you. Take a drink. Blow on it a little bit because it's probably really hot.
It's just green tea. She's like, she's like, "When you are ready, there are clothings in the cabinet over here for you." And she kind of points to like a little sliding cupboard type thing. Change into that. The baths are downstairs. Please feel free to take advantage of the facilities. You missed the first dinner. But would you like food?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we are actually the next meal will be prepared in approximately half an hour.
Okay.
If you would be, I will bring you your food here. And she tells you basically that there's some like various fish and a whole bunch of other dishes that you don't quite recognize what they are. But you ask and she kind of explains, okay, this is like a soup and this is, there's like a variety of different things. And she basically explains the menu to you. And you select what you want from that menu, and she will bring it back to you
Okay.
in a bit. And she basically gets up and she collects up the cups and everything, and she leaves the room. So you're just kind of in this room. As she leaves, she kind of slides the doors closed, leaving you kind of alone in this empty room with a little slidey cupboard.
Is it a big room?
It's about an 8x8 room.
Right.
All right. Then you, same thing happens. They take you to a room, and sit you down, and she serves you tea. Tells you about the clothes in the cabinet. Tells you that the bath is downstairs. That there's warm water, and she basically goes over the menu with you, and you basically decide what it is that you want.
Yeah. For me, this is more, I guess, even though the culture is different, more of what I'm used to in the city. So this is like, this is comforting to me. So.
But then they come to you, and she takes you into this room. You look at the room, and it's like completely empty for the most part. Just a square room with these like straw or mats, basically kind of woven and kind of laid out onto the floor. On one side of the room, there's basically it's like a wardrobe. It's got like a little sliding door on it. And she takes you inside, and she pulls, and she's like, please. And she kind of pulls out a small table and sets it up and asks you to sit down. She begins making you tea once you sit down.
Oh, tea. Right then. So that means conversation then.
It's like, only if you desire it. She
You know,
makes your tea.
I have questions.
Oh.
So, where are we? What's the name of this town here?
She's just like, Rokashima.
It's really good tea.
I don't understand. How do you not know? Do you not speak the language?
I don't speak the language.
Oh, so you probably couldn't read the sign as you come into town.
Definitely
That
don't.
makes sense.
Not from around these parts.
Did you not know where you were traveling to?
It's a very long story. Hence why I'm covered in blood.
She doesn't seem phased at all by,
Well, that
by
would be
your
rude.
appearance. So she's just like, well, once you change into your clothes, please take advantage of the baths downstairs.
Yeah, would that be alright to dirty the clothes, then take a bath, and then
I
get
will
back
bring you
into
fresh
the-
clothes.
Oh. Okay.
And she begins to kind of explain the menu.
Local customs.
Yes.
Notice that everyone's really happy around here.
We have
Lots
no
of
reason
singing.
to be unhappy. We work hard during the day.
We found a place to drink, and everyone was standing around barrels. What's that?
Oh, that's an izakaya. It is pub.
Alright, yeah. Right.
It's a little different, as I understand it, from a pub from perhaps where you come from. I do not want to presume that I know where you come from.
That's a forest. I come from a forest.
Then definitely not like.
No.
Now you would guess that this girl's probably not much more than maybe 14.
Hmm.
She's very tiny.
Do you guys like cherries?
Yes.
I see lots of cherry trees around here.
Yes, we had a cherry blossom festival just a couple of months ago.
Oh, I missed it. I love cherries.
Is it Cleric on?
The cherries here are sacred.
So
They
don't eat
protect
them.
They protect the village. No, they are. You can eat them. They're not ready yet though.
That face though. Who knows?
That's a really good thing. Protect you from what?
The yokai. The forest to the north is very dangerous, and a long time ago, the yokai used to come in and attack the village.
I don't know what a yokai is, but it sounds fascinating.
It's spirit, monster.
Like a ghost.
No, that would be a yori. A yokai is a monster. Sometimes they inhabit inanimate objects. They are all kind of different. It's just a broad term for a monster, I guess.
A spiritual monster. Inanimate objects like a teacup.
Oh yes. My aunt a couple of years ago was haunted by her umbrella.
That sucks.
Very fucking haunted. Y'all.
Right. I've got a lot of questions, but I think I'll just go take a bath and really take it in. Because where I'm from, all of this, none of it makes sense to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Perhaps if my common were better.
I've appreciated your conversation and your very delicious tea.
Would you care for more?
When I come back, yes. I'm not usually one that takes baths, but I feel like I really need one.
I am Kamiko. I shall be your servant while you are here.
I am Arilu. Thank you. Kamiko. Thank you very much.
She stands and kind of starts picking up the stuff, and then she will step out and close the doors behind her. So, you guys change into the provided robes?
Oh, I definitely do. I am going to take a bath.
Okay, so you go in there and you open it up, and there's like another pair of slippers. There's this robe and a sash to tie it with. It's basically made out of a fairly light, comfortable cotton. It's very soft. It's basically a lot like a house robe, all in all. But it's actually a kimono. It's just a very soft house kimono, basically.
I'm just going to go down in my clothes.
So you just grab the robe and everything to take with you?
Yes.
For after you
Change into. I don't want to be wasteful, so.
Alright, so you gather up the stuff and you gather up.
What you do to be practical?
I'll change first
Get
in
naked.
the robe.
Alright.
Turn
It's
into
a
an
tradition.
Take the
Already
shirt,
got
get
it.
your
Change it to
clothes,
the robe
walk
and
down there.
you
You'll be like,
like,
why is there a wolf
go
in
down.
here?
I
Go
really was
downstairs.
just like,
And
someone's going to shoot me if I turn into a bear with clothes on my back. I can't do that. I'm just going to go down there as myself.
so you guys gather up down, wind up meeting kind of down at the bottom, and you're kind of looking at one another. And as the three of you reach the bottom of the stairs, you see those three girls. As you reach the bottom of the stairs, they kind of go over and they kneel down on the floor and they wait very patiently.
What is with that?
Kamiko. Hello, love. That's Kamiko. She's really nice. These guys will tell you. These ladies. Sorry. Tell you about anything you want to know. The cherries. They protect them from. Kamiko, what was that called again?
She's like, they are called yokai.
The yokai.
Now, is that a term I've heard before? Possibly.
Quite possibly.
6, probably not.
You only remember it vaguely because of your interest in the Fae part of it. You don't really understand what the yokai are, but you have, but they have some sort of connection to like the various spiritual. From what you remember, the people here believe a lot of things have spirits.
Okay.
You know, and yokai is a pretty broad term that covers pretty much any particular type of thing. Some of them are evil, some of them are just kind of there, some of them are benevolent. And it could be anything from an actual physical creature to, well, essentially a haunted umbrella.
Huh.
She said that the things that like get into inanimate objects, like a teacup.
Oh yeah,
She has a relative that had a haunted umbrella. I could just open up and I mean, that's not what she said, but
very fascinated by this.
I like new things, especially natural things.
He likes
Well,
looking at
everything
new
is new
people.
to you.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's true. Don't eat the cherries, by the way. Don't eat the cherries. They're not
Yeah, they're out of season.
They're not ready. It's a good thing that I made them the perfect cherries, because if not, that'd have been a really bad offering.
I'm sure they knew it was a bad offering. Did you see the face when he handed it to him?
No, I didn't. I
Okay.
was just excited to actually do something with
It's
cherries.
like that meme.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, the three of you are still sitting in the drunken trader.
Trader, not traitor.
Yeah.
Drunken traitor.
You're a traitor and a drunk. Take you away.
All right.
How far
So-
drunk is she?
How many sheets to the wind is my character?
I don't know. Give us a constitution.
Roll the dice to see I'm getting drunk.
I'm rolling. I'm
do you
trying to
want,
find it if we're
percentiles?
dragging her home.
You're rolling a d20 and doing a constitution.
That's fine. 20%.
No.
Damn, I'm dragging you home.
7.
Yeah, you're pretty much drunk at this point. You wound up
Probably more
spending
than
probably
3
about 2 silver on drinks. The
It's
first
a 9, but yeah.
the first couple of drinks were the expensive ones, and then you just went to the
Well, mostly I
one
was showing
copper a
off while
cup
we were here.
because But yeah, she's pretty shit faced. She looks a lot like most of the other locals in here that have like the very flushed looking skin, and that she's actually kind of started singing some of the local songs that they like to sing when they have become drunk. Matter of fact, you've had to walk over and collect her from groups of people a couple of times. Nobody seems to actually care whatsoever. If you go over and start drinking with them, they are like, let's do it, and they buy you drinks. And you notice that they have a general custom that when they're drinking, everybody basically buys the next round. So it's basically like a whole thing. So nobody is paying more than anybody else. So it's like, so they all kind of get drunk equally together for the most part. Of course, you three don't follow that basic custom because, for one, she likes to drink a lot. You guys don't drink quite as much, so you kind of follow the more of the Western custom of everybody just kind of
Gets their own drinks.
gets their own drinks. You know, occasionally somebody will buy a round or whatever, but for the most part,
I
you
would go
don't.
broke if I had to pay for her drinks.
But they're just all
So I just have
having
to
a
do mine
great
all the
time.
time when, yeah.
There you go.
Just to
I'll
where
take
I
all
look,
the colors.
you know, it looks like.
There you go. You look like you're keeping up.
So, you know, this time I'm gonna buy a darker one. Here you go.
No, I look like I'm in the know. Got this.
Well, sitting in here, we're obviously not getting any work.
No, it's the middle of the night. We're not gonna get any work in the middle of the night. It's gonna be enough work getting back to our rooms.
Making sure you get back to the yes.
Yeah.
Still, should we start dragging her back now? It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, we need to get back.
I can walk.
Alright.
I'm
Okay, start
fine.
walking. Let's see.
I'm gonna hop off my bar stool.
You hop off the bar stool. Well, there's no bar stools. Everybody stands here. But
Alright.
you
I
were
hop.
of the mindset that you are on a bar stool. You just kind of hop. And you're just like.
Hey! I have advantage on known traps, so I'm pretty
It's not a
sure
This is not a
it's a trap.
But you're just kind of like. And just laugh, and everybody else just kind of laughs, and you kind of get up, and you guys begin making your way back towards the.
Bye. Back
towards
guys.
your rooms.
With us.
Say goodbye.
Tell goodbye to your friends.
Don't
now.
come with us.
As you get down the road a little bit, those 8 guys are still kind of there, and there's like a couple of guards that's kind of gathered around them, and they're all kind of talking and laughing. The drunk people are like laughing and carrying on exceedingly loud, while the 3 guards are just kind of like just chatting.
We should go see what they're like.
And
Yeah, it's probably funny.
No.
God.
You're funny enough.
but you make your way back towards the place where you're staying at. Let's see if the dwarf can remember where she's staying at.
Hey, I have a girl. Alright? Yui is gonna help me with my shoes. I love Yui. I love Yui so much.
So you get
Sure, she loves Yui too.
So as you guys get back, you kind of stumble up and you see these three people kind of like gathered up and in like their various like house robes and
For
everything.
fuck's sake, I said
Except for
lily.
one is still like in his like regular clothes and he's just kind of got his stuff kind of stacked up and.
Not ready to partake in the
What
costumes here.
what happened?
I see you and I just give this smirk.
She wanted
It's like
me
It's not the lily.
to put my clothes on the floor, put these on, then go down and take a bath, and then take the
Bring
new
them.
clothes that were there at the bath, and then go back upstairs. That's
Speak
like
for
50
yourself.
steps
You're,
to do something. I could just come down
you're
here.
drunk.
Could have done what I
I'm
could, but it's a new
fine.
town. I don't want to
Thank
scare anyone.
you.
I have never seen a
Yeah,
drunk
they're
dwarf
typically
before
not
because they
okay
can
with
normally
wandering
hold
around.
their
Alright,
beer.
alright,
There's a
I gotta
different
draw
house
my axe on
entirely
this
for that.
motherfucker. Right here.
You
I just
tell
insulted
that
the
guy
dwarf.
about it.
He did.
That'd be great.
Are you actually going to draw
Well, I'm
your
not gonna draw my axe.
Tell him it's a house of learning.
You wanna go?
Your little friend is getting defensive, and
You're already conned.
Alright, I wanna take a swing at him.
Is that a dwarf?
Should I just trip? Can I trip her before she does it?
Alright, let's see.
she's gonna fall on her face.
Or should I just reach
herself.
over and grab her hand as
I
she's
think
I
we
got an
just
11.
need to get in between
Alright,
you
and
missed.
take her off.
So, all
because
right,
we're
this
kinda at
is
each
what
other
happens.
right now.
You are actually inside the Raita, and she's standing outside waiting for her boots to go off, and you guys are, and she's
He's
just like,
talking shit.
you are literally 20 feet away. And she just kind of like, and it falls over.
Yui! Yui! She was off like yesterday. Gotta kill this fucker.
And anyway, the girls kind of direct you guys towards you three, towards the direction where the
And then you see, yeah, please come along.
and the others, and then they kind of go over to start tending to these ones.
Come here, guy. I've got a question later on, right? Don't let me forget, because I will forget. This place is just too awesome.
Well, I will be up to make your bed after your bath and when you are ready after dinner.
I have a bed.
It's an inn. Of course you have a bed.
Is it those straw things on the ground?
No, she just kind of no. We will provide you with a bed. It is just right now. It is not necessary. That way you can use the room for other purposes.
A multifunctional room. That's amazing.
All rooms are multifunctional.
What is this?
He doesn't live in a room at home. He
But
lives in the
But
forest.
you go down to where the bats are, and you see two doors, one on one side, one on the other, with these letters up at the top that you have no idea what they say.
I'll turn to the girls. Oh, they're still there.
No, they're over helping these people. She's the one girl is desperately trying to get your shoes off, but you're swaying and staggering and everything.
Love holding onto her shoulders, like trying to help like a toddler in
Yeah.
her pants. It's the same dance.
Wrong foot.
And they seem completely unfazed. They don't seem bothered by this at all. It's like, this is what we do.
Can I
She's drunk
see
every
them
night.
trying to go into the bathhouse?
Yeah.
Can I direct
Standing
these
there
two to
looking
go
at
to
these
the ladies'
signs.
side?
If you want to try.
I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to point to them and be like, to the room that says whatever the women's sign.
Okay, so you point to the one on the left.
Okay, so I point to the one on the left.
So can I do an insight to see if he's
Oh,
trying to
God.
trick us?
That could have gone really bad as I'm
do
taking my
a
pants off.
deception and you do your insight and just see what
Oh,
happens.
I'm gonna. Yeah,
Steve's dice might actually like this character.
Well, 14,
I have an 11.
14.
Alright, so he seems like he's actually helping out. He's got a smile on his face. He's just like,
Alright, so he's pointing for us to go to this one, and you're supposed to go to that one then.
Oh, okay.
alright, so there's basically like a curtain that hangs there, and you step into a small, kind of like a small changing room. And there's like a little bench and everything, and there's like a place to put clothes and all that kind of stuff.
Is this all downstairs?
Yeah.
And I'm still upstairs.
No,
You're
you're
not
being
outside.
very
Yeah,
hard.
still
You're
outside.
getting your shoes off.
So they went upstairs to get to the rooms.
Yeah, the rooms are
And it
upstairs.
was like, there's a basement. So, there's not a basement.
There's not a
Gone.
basement.
Got it. As soon as I see these two walking into the girls' side, I'm gonna fall over. Because I'm laughing so goddamn hard.
Okay, so you
Damn elves don't know what the difference between boys and girls bathrooms.
We're an elf.
But
It's all
switch
the
it up.
same.
you go into
Yeah,
the
right.
other one, and it's just like I was describing. There's like a room that you kind of go into, and there's like basically where you can get undressed, and there's like places to basically put your clothes and everything.
Right.
And there's like towels and all kinds.
And then
of
is there a
stuff
doorway or a curtain to go through to get to
through
the
to
bath?
get into where the bath is.
Okay, so before I take off my robe, I'm just gonna like peek through.
All right, you peek through and you look inside, and then you see in this room is basically basically built into the floor is a roughly 8 by 10 pool of steaming water, and it's got like clay tile kind of set up around it and everything, and it's just this water that's just kind of steaming in there. It's just a large open room
And no one else
with
is in
a
there?
sliding door to the back side of it that opens up into the gardens itself.
And no one's in there. Alright, I'll take off my robe and
All right. So you take off your robe and you go over and you get into the water and you kind of ease into it. And it is very comfortable because it's basically like getting into a hot tub almost, except without the bubbles. It's just a nice, warm, relaxing bath. And it's deep enough that you can basically stand in it. And it'd be about waist high, but there's like little areas that you can kind of sit around the edges of it and everything. And you can just kind of sit there and lounge in the water.
Is there... I imagine before I got in there was somewhere I should wash off before getting in there, correct?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like a place where you kind of rinse off
Yeah,
a little
okay.
bit, and then you kind of get in because it is actually a bath,
Yeah.
as well as a hangout
Yeah.
spot where you can just
You know, and get in there all dirty and grimy.
right.
Okay.
But yeah, you can kind of rinse off before getting into it.
Okay.
So you guys go open up the other side, and it's like I described to her. There's just a large communal bath in there.
So you have to rinse yourself off here before we go into the bath.
Take a shower before you get in the bath.
Yes.
It's really just a bucket with like a thing where you can basically just kind of rinse off.
Oh,
You just rinse off some of the excess stuff so it helps.
I'll just pick up the bucket and then I'll just...
Okay.
Now you have no water.
Well, prestidigitation.
Little pressure water.
All right, that works.
So, you guys finally get your slippers on and go to your rooms where you can change into like your little house robes. And let's see, what's the actual name of those things? Because you guys would actually know what they're called.
Snuggie.
It's not a slip.
We are snuggie.
I think I rinsed off now.
It's a yukata, and you know that you're supposed to wrap it right to left.
Okay.
It's bad luck if you do it the other way around.
Alright. So it's not different for boys and girls?
No.
Okay. Alright. I wrap it correctly.
Okay.
AKA Yui wraps it correctly.
You just stand there like this.
Wrap me!
I just get into the bath like it's nothing.
All right.
Get in. Oh my god!
But it's like the water is like really warm. It's like that little bit of steam coming up off the air in it.
Is there any like
Sounds
fragrances or
bad.
scents?
What?
No,
I'm
just
just
not right
gonna
now.
take
just
baths.
sea water.
Yeah.
It is
Go to
available
Asia
if
just
you
to
ask
go
for
take
it.
baths.
Yeah.
What?
You see some bubbles.
Oh, gee.
I like this. This is weird.
I am glad there's no one else here right now.
At this point, the door kind of comes open, and two of the girls comes in. They're like, "You are in the wrong bath."
No, this feels very right.
She's like,
We
okay.
apologize.
She goes back outside.
not gonna
As you
say
guys
her
are coming
gender,
down towards the
whatever.
baths, because you know it's kind of the custom of cleanup before you go in. You see the girls
all
basically
that matters.
reach up, take the
Listen.
tile off of this side, take the tile off this side. Just
This
Plan was foiled.
But then the girls come back in and like they walk in and they got like some sponges and stuff, and it's like and some various like oils and like stuff. And it's like, we give you bath.
Oh, yes, please.
No, I've got it. Thank you.
Okay. And just kind of.
I'm all into this, so.
So she comes over and she sits
Sign
down
me
and
up,
she
rub me down.
takes a sponge and starts kind of washing you off.
There would be nothing impressive about giving me a sponge bath. I'm sorry.
Would you like the garden open?
What's the temperature like? I guess it wouldn't really matter. Yeah, yes, please. I'll say yes.
Yes.
The girl goes over and slides it open. It's like literally just kind of out, overlooking the garden. It's private in that there's like shrubs and stuff, so people, and there's no pathway that walks right by where the window is, so it's not like people can just kind of like walk up and stare at you.
I was gonna give you a significant look, but I don't think you can actually see it. Let's go to Japan and do this shit because it sounds cool.
I don't think you can get the actual like baths anymore.
I think that
No,
if you have enough
bathhouses
money, you
anymore?
can get whatever you
Well,
want.
they have bathhouses, but I don't think they actually have the people that actually come out and give you.
Oh,
I don't want to rub down. I want to take a bath in
But
a
they do
full-size
have
pool tub.
Yeah.
With a garden.
the
Yes.
Ryokons
Yes.
are actually a legit thing.
When I get out, I want
That's the
some hot rice and
traditional.
tea.
Yeah, I've been playing
We're
Persona
good
5,
ladies, I'm
and
not
there's
sure
a
for the
bathhouse
There
you
has
can
to
go
be
to in
some
the
kind of-
game.
It'd be really nasty.
spa
They have that
places you can
started
go
on
that
too.
has this stuff too, like here.
No, it's
Probably.
Washington.
Radiance
Probably
has big
confusing.
bathtubs, but they're deep.
Who?
Radiance and Olympia, they have like deep ones.
But yeah, they kind of clean you off, and the three of you kind of go to your. So you go into the one where these guys are because you see that they switch the signs and everything, and so you just kind of go in there and you see him come in. He just kind of disrobes, gets into the bath with you guys.
I give him a knowing look. He's like.
And then you two, you go in and splash your way into the tub and just kind of like.
Does she know which one?
Just all
Did she
making
have
sure
a
she
sign?
doesn't fall.
I don't
well,
want
Is she
to
drunk?
take a bath.
I was hoping she
little
was
lady
going to
helps her.
I can.
Uh-huh.
I was hoping
Okay,
she
so
was
you
gonna go to
just-
the bathroom.
If
Stay
it's
in
a
your
5x8 pool, I'm 4'4", John, and I'm white girl wasted.
Well, it's only like 2.5 feet deep.
She'll hold you
If
by
it comes
your
up to their waists,
She'll hold you up by your hair like a bobber.
I'm
I
here.
know that.
I'm here.
Okay, she's not gonna let me drown. I mean, I saved her ass from drowning
Yes,
once,
you did.
so.
You saved me, so I'm there.
All right, yeah, I guess we can go get,
Is there steps going down? I can put her on a step.
There we
Little steps, and there's like
Shallow
seats
end.
around the edges of it and everything.
There you go,
Basically just
see?
kind of sit. It's
So what's
There's
on
a
the
kitty
other
Girls
pool.
Gone
side?
Wild, go
This
Rokaishima
curtain
version.
here.
It's a kiddie pool.
But
Between the rooms,
kiddie pool.
Oh, there's a curtain right here in the middle. It's on the other side.
naked girls.
Bitches.
Really?
quite literally. There's actually you can slide it open and it would be one room.
Yeah.
But you're sitting in there and you see see these other two
Our
women come in and
companions would most likely be on the other
get
side.
into the bath with you.
Nude.
Adrie will shoot you. You know this.
It's fine. I'll probably be a.
I actually think he
wolf or
wants to see
something
the
when you
dwarf
do it.
naked. More than
He
anything.
probably does want to see the dwarf naked.
Just saying.
Who doesn't want to see the dwarf?
I'm just
Coming over here?
on a limb. His
Everybody wants to know if
fascination
she braids her
with
beard.
No, you're probably absolutely right.
With a dwarven carpet.
I mean,
I'd say he lived a sheltered life, but
I
he
don't know why I find
lived
that so
a
funny.
dramatic, forest, secluded life.
I've got a great idea, guys. You're gonna love this.
No,
So
we're
I'm gonna
not.
fog cloud
Silence
on
pretty
the
sure we're
top
about
of
to
their
die.
water,
Okay.
and I'm gonna make it scent with Druidcraft a skunk.
You fucker.
Just right on the top of it. Like, watch this, guys.
No.
So
Don't
now
do
the
this.
room smells bad.
What about my Keone?
Just
Would
gonna
I,
look over
would I
it.
know that trick?
just-
Like he's done that before if we've
Just
been
gonna look
friends
at her
that
like,
long?
damn.
I look over at you.
I did not.
She's as drunk as a skunk, it's her.
Oh no, he
They're
went
trying to
there.
figure out who did it. Like someone fought in the water.
Would I
You
know
prob-
that?
you probably have a
What,
good-
I would know that was him probably.
Yeah. You know
This is
him well
good.
enough.
It's good.
Plus, you know you can use the fog cloud. All that stuff.
Ugh.
She's gonna.
She
I-
just lay there oblivious because she is so drunk. No idea.
Flowers. Oh,
I
that's
wish
not-
I did not know him sometimes. I really do.
he doesn't seem like the typical companion that you'd be traveling with. based off of your appearance from before.
I know.
It's only alive because of us.
Well,
That's debatable.
yeah, I ran into them almost literally into one of their traps around their camp.
Oh, you should have
I
seen
was
him. He was
not-
hanging there for days.
It wasn't days.
Oh, that's
but
great.
He wanted it to be days.
Maybe. No. Because then you'd be screaming for days and it would have been so annoying.
I wouldn't have been screaming for days. I would have passed out well before then.
Oh, that's true.
Don't miss my wardrobe.
If you lasted longer than 2 days screaming like that, she probably would have shot you.
By the way, the smell doesn't last very long.
Okay.
It's
No,
like
that's
a
fine.
few seconds.
Yeah.
Like literally 6, and then it's gone.
Alright.
The fog cloud lasts a little bit longer, but honestly, even then, out of combat, it expires pretty quickly. And one of the girls opens up the thing for you.
For
the
girls.
They every once in a while, the youngest one kind of lets out like a slight giggle, but the other two, it seemed like they've been doing this job for a really long time, so they stay pretty much just got their game
Probably the
face
most
on.
fun that they've had in weeks.
So are you enjoying your stay so far?
Yes. Did you know that the cherry trees protect the town
I did.
from something called the yokai?
Yeah.
Which is a demon umbrella.
Well,
You're not wrong.
you're not,
That would be
you're not
awkward.
entirely wrong on that one. It could be many things, but yes,
That's crazy. I'll never look at an umbrella the same.
it could
You've
possess your
never
clothing.
seen an umbrella. You don't even know what it is, probably.
I did once.
Seen a parasol, right?
I think it was an umbrella. There's a bunch of leaves on the end of a stick.
So,
Close enough.
what are you looking for?
I thought you were gonna ask, what am I?
What am this animal?
Anyway, once the girls are done with you two, they kind of come over and they offer to give you guys baths.
And do my hair.
I'm over there like let him wash.
I'll let him wash me because I'm pretty.
Okay, so they
I got a bit of Guido.
I'm not sure the details of what we're looking for. Sylen knows more. We're looking for his mom, basically,
Is
but
that the crazy one or the?
the uptight one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've gotten used to him. The crazy one is a friend, a long friend that just kind of grown up with and put up with, and he means no harm.
Has he always been touched?
or
I can totally hear this, right?
yeah.
She's
He
probably not quiet. It'll be
He just
drunk.
really
Saying,
loves
our
life
conversation's
and new
probably
experiences, and just gets really excited about things. So
You can touch me anytime, Dwarf. Absolutely free.
Fuck no.
what are you guys doing in these parts besides looking for work?
That's pretty much it. We drink, we wait. Sometimes we go out and we fight things.
What do you guys
And then
do?
we drink.
What's your job? What do you do? When you're not sitting
Well,
around
I drink.
a
She
bar drinking
prays.
stuff? What do you guys do?
Goodness, always a problem with my praying.
Oh, you can
I don't have a
pray.
problem with your drinking.
It's
Obviously,
fine. It's just
I'm
different.
like you a long way from
Different
home.
strokes for different folks.
How
The
long
way
have you
you
been in the
say
town?
it's like you have this issue.
God
not
doesn't
long,
use a
but-
hammer. How's he of God?
Long enough to learn the language.
Never said anything about a hammer.
No, mine, ours, the dwarf. Yes, hammers.
Wow.
Yui just kind of pulls me back up by my hair.
Does she drink like this every night?
Yes.
Of course she does.
Yes.
She's a dwarf.
Just say, have you met?
It's fantastic.
That's what
Actually,
we
I don't think I have met
what
any
she-
dwarfs.
does with their job.
I wouldn't probably have ever
We've
met
met
one.
two.
Honestly, dwarves and
She
elves don't get
works
along
and pays for her
for the most
alcohol.
part.
From my past experience with dwarves, this is common.
They're fascinating.
They're not like
It's not
enemies,
always
but they're
so
not.
bad for me.
They're more like frenemies.
Yeah.
What, dwarves and
Dwarves,
Dwarves
and elves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading the whole dwarves kind of like pussied off and ran
No,
away.
no, elves.
That's what I meant. The elves, sorry. Maybe I'm drunk. Who
Yeah,
knows?
the dwarves stuck around during the Age of Darkness
And kicked some
tried to do their
ass.
absolute best to basically help the world, whereas the elves literally shifted their entire kingdom from this realm into the Fey
To
Wilds,
another plane of existence to run away.
so that
Isn't that
so that
always
they
the
would
case,
be.
Yeah, but we're the smart ones. We have to preserve that, right?
What about where to come back to?
Not all of the elves approved of that thing, but that it was basically that's what happened.
Shady bastards. All of them.
That's the drow.
No.
That's racist.
Stereotyping. Yeah.
So after your guys' baths and everything, you guys are provided clean robes and everything, and you guys go back to your individual rooms. You guys are actually lucky because there are only 6 rooms in this entire place, and there are 6 of you. So each person has their own room. There are only 3 girls here, though. Sometimes they have more, but there's only 3, so they kind of have to alternate. Basically, they have. Each girl has 2 people that they have to wait on.
Okay.
But they do it without complaining. They do it fairly quick and efficiently. They set out tables and everything and provide you guys with your meals. If you they offer to set up a table downstairs and all 6 of you can eat at one table if you like, if that's what you want, or you can be waited upon separately in your rooms.
I'll go down to the table and see if anyone else joins me down there. I don't have to stay in my room.
Sure.
Alright, so
I'll go be
downstairs,
social.
downstairs.
Yeah, I'll go
Of
downstairs.
course you're social, you're still drunk.
They might bring us sake with dinner, okay?
And how about you?
I'll go.
Alright, so they set up a table down there and you guys go down. And it's like this really tiny little table like the one that you got served tea at, but it's a much large enough for the 6 of you to basically kind of gather around. And they bring out various plates of food and bowls of soup and serve you like this 7-course meal. They open up the center of this table that they have set up for you, and they start up like a little fire in there, and they grill the meats and everything right there at the table. And they very carefully always make sure that your cup is filled with whatever it is that you
I'm
are
drinking
intending to drink.
water at this point.
Yeah, and they just kind of very quietly move around kind of in the background so as to not interrupt, as you guys kind of talk and
So,
socialize.
Yep.
you're Sylen.
Yes.
Yeah. What's your name?
Adrie.
Adrie. And crazy guy.
Arilu.
Arilu.
Yeah.
Which
I like
translates into crazy guy.
So that crazy guy.
What would your name be?
I'm Bridget. Bridget Stoneshield.
Hey,
This is Ethan and Connie.
Connie?
Connie.
Connie.
Gotta erase the other characters.
Short for another name.
Okay.
What's the word, Cass? Shortened version of my name.
But, yeah.
So, what are you looking for? She says you know.
It's more of a who, someone who's been missing for a while, and I literally just found out earlier today that she's still alive and in this
Well,
area.
that's not surprising. I mean, they tell you if someone goes missing and it's been more than 3 days, 3 days, they're fucked. So
Yeah.
that's great.
I don't know what that
That's-
means.
Great. Who is it?
My mother.
You have a mom? Oh, okay.
What? Don't you have a mother? Everyone's
Yes,
got a
I
mother.
have a lovely mother. You,
She was born
it's
under
just
a rock.
surprising.
Yes,
It was a hill.
It was a rock.
trees give birth to us. We don't actually have mothers. We're looking for a tree.
He's fucking.
Yeah.
Crazy guy. Yeah. Okay.
If you, she'll probably believe anything you told her right now.
No.
Come from acorns.
Thumbelina would grow into elf. What else?
Little elven.
It's not
acorns.
always apparently.
Other elves put their seed into the acorns.
Oh, that's nasty.
Just kidding.
So you're looking for your mother, and you think she's here? I mean, the Elven lands, aren't those north?
Well, no, they're to the west.
I was close.
West across the ocean.
I got excited.
Shit.
Thought there was more elves in it.
But
Well, they're there now. Next time a fight comes around, though, gone.
well, we know that she came through the same portal that brought us here, and that would have been a while ago. If she's still here, I have no idea.
So there's just some portal in the woods. Goes
Really?
between one place and another.
It at least comes out of the woods. It appears to be a one-way portal.
That's
You know,
helpful.
when you say it out loud, it actually does sound crazy.
You would.
Magic is not an unknown occurrence here. You
It's
know.
completely undocumented. I mean, like, not all of it is out there.
Right. It's just, it
Let her
sounds
so-
easier
let her-
in my
let her
mind,
sober
but when
up
you
a bit.
say it out loud, it's like, I
Well-
just went through a magical hole out of nowhere
Yeah, in the woods.
in the
Well,
woods.
don't worry. You wouldn't want to go back to where we came from.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, she had no eyes, but they followed you. It was crazy, and
That makes you sound even crazier.
they were like the skin was.
And she had a thing. He had a thing for her. Like I don't know what it was, but he had a
That's
thing for her.
completely believable.
Undead.
So how long ago did your mother come through here?
I honestly don't know, but it would
How
have
old are
been.
you?
I'm 118.
So like 115-ish years ago.
So it would have been about 115 years
Or
ago.
that's when
went
she would have
missing.
left.
Well, if you came through a magic portal in the middle of the woods,
Right.
and then you wandered into town, yeah? Maybe your mom did the same. You should talk to some old people. Maybe they'll know.
Yeah, I was planning on canvassing the town in the morning.
Drawing it. What? Why?
I'm not painting. I'm not painting a town. I'm not going to paint a town.
Kimiko is just like, and one of the girls is like, shh. She hasn't quite gotten the separation.
You're dumb and you're drunk.
Yui!
Yes, ma'am.
Who's the oldest person in your town? Who can still talk?
She just kind of like, huh? She kind of leans over and talks to the other girls, and they kind of converse amongst themselves a little bit, trying to basically get a consensus of like, okay, so exactly who would be this,
Right? Because
this
old
person?
people, once they get old, they're like, I'm older than dirt! I'm older than Jesus! And then it's like a competition of what they can say they're older than, so...
So they're kind of like, she kind of comes back to you and she's like, maybe, Himiko? Fujimiya?
Amiko. Which one's Amiko? Where does she
Himiko
live?
Fujimiya, she lives, technically she lives at the temple.
North.
Yeah.
All the way up north.
Oh, no. Right here, the shrine in
Oh,
town.
the little one. Okay. Alright. So, there's a little temple in town. And there's a really old lady there. You should try and talk to her.
She's probably the oldest, and they kind of talk about themselves.
How old?
Except, I believe she's in her 70s or 80s, I think.
Close enough. So,
And Kimiko's like, or you could go talk to the witch in the woods. And they're like, shh.
no.
Don't go to
What's
the
with the witch in the woods? Because they came from a magic hole in the woods. So talking to a witch, it might just be their jam.
It is not safe to go into the yokai forest.
Did you see them come in here with blood on them? And if it means going into someplace dangerous, you'll want backup.
I am certain that they are merely valiant warriors, and they earned that blood in combat. We see it with the guards from time to time, and when the caravans come through and they have to fight the bandits and the occasional yokai or whatever along the path.
Yokai.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Learn what a yokai is. What's your umbrellas?
Really? Your whole life. Friends.
Well, like half my life. He does what I tell him.
Is there a local fox spirit in the woods?
What spirit? What spirit?
Fox.
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 He traveled a long way.
He's from the Asia of this gaming world, and he immediately is into the tentacle aspect.
There are kitsune that live within the yokai forest, and then there is the gray fox spirit that lives to the south.
Can we go? That's what I was going to ask you about.
She just
No, you
patiently waits.
No, there was
He put a
I wanted
pin
to
in
know, when we got here, there was this fox, and usually I can shapeshift into anything that I see. Anything. As far as an animal goes. But not this one. This one was like... And then it tore off running with a really creepy child laugh.
She just kind of giggles. Kitsune. It's the gray fox spirit to the south.
I couldn't turn into it.
She is
was the
she's
first
very
to me.
kind, but she is also a bit of a trickster, so you have to be careful. She likes to play jokes.
Should we pause?
I like jokes.
Okay, and we'll take a break.
Yeah.
So over the course of the next, the rest of the evening, you guys kind of have your food. They lay out these futon mats and basically make up your beds for you and basically get you ready for bed, and then they close it up and you sleep away the night and wake up the next day to kind of go about what you would normally do, which for you three winds up basically just kind of wandering around town hoping for something to happen. You guys complained about work, but you never actually actively seek out work.
Hey,
It's mostly hoping
I
that
have a
something
plan.
kind of like falls into your lap. But you guys are okay with it because you have quite a bit of gold in your pocket, so it's not like you have to find work in order to eat or whatever, but you basically wander through the various shops and everything and chat with some of the people that you've met here, because most of the people here are fairly friendly, and they're willing to just kind of sit and talk to you and do everything unless they're actually busy.
Yeah.
But you talk to a handful of the guards, which you've kind of gotten to know. They train here, and they train pretty hard, but none of them really have much in the way of actual experience, because nothing has really happened inside within the city itself in decades. Since the cherry trees were planted and the shrine has been built, nothing has come into the town and caused problems. The various caravan guards and everything, they have the most experience because they actually deal with stuff that's like outside of town, fighting things on the road and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, the guards here in town really don't have much in the way of actual practical experience, but they do train really hard every day. And then assuming they're not actually out kind of patrolling the town. And most of the problems that they have to deal with is the occasional argument between business people or whatever, or
But that's very rare because they're all crazy polite.
yeah, they don't. I mean, they have crime here, but it's usually relatively minor.
Why are you looking at
a
me?
theft here, occasionally a fight will break out because somebody says the wrong thing to the wrong
Dishonor
person.
on you.
They'll get into a fight and they break that up, and
And
it's actually pretty quiet overall little town. The three of you kind of get up and you gather up your things, and
Did our clothes get cleaned?
yeah, they clean your clothes and everything. If you give it to them to clean it, they're not going to just randomly take your stuff and run off with it.
I would have definitely giving them clothes to clean.
Okay. So everybody's got some clean clothes to put on. The actual ryokan has a garden that's around it. You can basically just walk around in. Just walk around in your like little house robe and everything with your slippers, and you can just kind of walk around and hang out in the garden if you want, or you can get into like your clothes and go actually out into town and do
So I'm gonna
things.
change into my clothes, but keep the slippers.
Okay.
How big around is the
Check out
ring
the-
of cherry trees that circles the area?
It is 1.5 miles in
So
diameter.
it's 1.5 miles, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So each morning I want to go and I want to do 3 laps.
Were you like running
Mhm.
or just okay?
My character's hella fit, so I have to find some way to maintain that.
Okay. So you just kind of go out and run the inside or outside the ring.
Just inside the ring, yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a lot of my gear with me, just
At the
Me
northern
ass.
half of the ring, you kind of have to do like a little bit of a dip because there's a shrine that's up at the northern half, which is a decent sized building, but you stay off of the actual shrine grounds because they have
polite.
they have like traditions and things that you before you go into the shrine you have to cleanse yourself and all that kind of stuff, and it's polite, so you just kind of go around it. But you have run past there a couple of times, and you always see the same really hunched old woman. She's usually in there. She's like keeping the place clean or talking to people that have come there basically to pray and that
The
kind of thing.
pilgrimage kind of thing.
Yeah, but she seems to be relatively friendly and quiet, but you've never actually spoken to her.
So when I finish my rounds this morning, I'm gonna go and find this guy.
Okay. All right, so you're off jogging.
When I get up, I'm gonna let them know that I don't know what your guys' plans are right now, but I am gonna head off to the shrine and see if I can talk to the lady that I was told about last night.
Plans. Like he hasn't been hanging out with them like the last year.
Well, you don't feel like you need to come along with me, because I'm just letting you know where I'm going.
Okay. I'm gonna hang out here in my robe and walk around the garden. This is the
Okay.
first break we've had in over a year, so I'm gonna soak it up.
So.
Go get us a plan, and we'll figure it out from there.
Okay. How about you? Just walk around the garden too.
Yep.
All right.
Checking out nature, like how nature is around.
Gets calling to him.
Well, just it's a strange area.
Disappears
so-
into the bush.
So you
Does it take its
you
own-
leave, and you get your boots back and everything, and you
Yeah.
leave the Ryukan and kind of make your way towards the northern part of town. And as you basically exit out, there's like kind of like a fairly large open area, and you can kind of see the shrine at the northern end of the circle that these cherry trees create. Kind of make your way in that direction. You see this one kind of sitting kind of on the ground near the path that kind of leads up towards the shrine.
Let's stretch, bitches.
Alright. Just wave at you and say good morning.
She's
And-
that
I'm just off to the shrine that you
trainer for
let
the
me know about last
Hey,
night.
I was going to come get you. We can go. Let's go.
That actually might be a good idea since you speak the language.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
So what are you two doing? I know these guys are walking around in the garden.
Oh, what are we
Well,
doing?
What are you two doing?
See, I was gonna say, would they find it offensive if I was going to the shrine to do my daily praying?
As long as you cleanse yourself and everything, they would just look at it as though you were praying to any other deity
So
that
I
they
think
would
that's
pray
what
to.
I'm gonna be doing, because, I mean,
Spirits are spirits. She just happens to name hers.
Okay, so basically, you go into as you approach. There's the torii, which is basically the pillars with the 2 cross pieces at the top, which symbolizes basically the gateway going into a sacred place. So you approach it, bow, go inside, and there's off to one side there's a cleansing area where you take water with. Let's see if I can remember. Take the ladle with your right hand, basically pour water onto your left hand. You wash that, then you switch hands with it, pour the water onto your right hand, sip some of the water, and then pour the rest of the water out, basically tip the ladle up and it runs down the handle before putting it back, and that symbolizes basically kind of cleansing yourself. And then you move up to the actual shrine itself, where you basically approach, and they have a whole little thing in there where you basically forget what they say, but then you clap twice, and that basically you go into, and you can basically stand at the front part of the shrine. Nobody's allowed to go into the back portion of the shrine, but you basically go up to here and you can do your prayers and everything there.
So that's what I'll be doing while those two are going up there, and I don't know what he's doing.
Okay.
So, with being where I'm from, the Venetian Italian type area, would there be coffee from that area, basically, or a drink similar to that in our world?
They mostly have tea here, unfortunately.
Well,
It's far enough away from where the most of the
Well, I'm not saying
Westerners.
I'm not saying here, but would that be there?
Oh, in the world? Yeah. There's
So-
definitely coffee.
So I'm saying if I brought that with me here and had them making me some,
Yeah, it's made basically the same way you make tea. It's just a little
Yeah.
different.
so that's what I had them brew basically some coffee, and
I like
I'm
his
out.
stories.
I'm out in the garden drinking coffee.
Walking around with your little
Yeah.
clay cup of coffee
Mhm.
in your robe.
Mhm. Just enjoying my.
I want coffee now.
Okay. So, since you three are in the garden, that would basically be the first group of people to kind of meet up. You guys kind of meet up after having breakfast and everything, because they serve you breakfast in your room. They wake you up very nicely, serve you breakfast, help you get ready for the day, and then after you leave, they get set about to basically straightening up your room, rolling up your bed, and putting everything back in order. And
You guys sleep well?
go down to the garden.
We did.
You know, I don't actually sleep. It's more of like a reflection for 4 hours.
More of a meditation
That's true.
type thing,
I
but
forget
it's
you
very
have-
comfortable.
Did you rest well? I guess. You
Did you have nice thinky thoughts?
They laid out the bed, and she's been so nice and so kind. I didn't have the heart to tell her I don't need one, so I'll just use the top of it.
You curl up on the very top of it.
It's more like a
shape-shifted, I guess. But
more like a sitting. Like you cross your legs and you just kind of.
Crisscross applesauce.
Well,
Meditate.
just
Go
so you guys know, you can sleep if you want to. It's just not what elves generally do.
Yeah.
But you can sleep like a normal person if you want.
Imagine if that got out in your like elf community. He sleeps.
What a
Sleeper.
Sleeper.
We've had a rough couple of weeks though.
Snores
Yeah.
and everything. Oh my god.
like
He's the resident sleeper.
What are you drinking?
That'd be my job right there.
coffee. This is a drink from my homeland.
You guys have had coffee. I mean, you made your way through Venetia.
Yeah.
Almost all the way through it, and then now you're
I
back over here.
love coffee.
Yeah.
Like
Squirrel!
I don't
Does
know
it
what's
have-
in it, but I just ready to go. I think I ran like 5 miles in like 2 minutes in the wolf form once. It's just like, what is this delicious drink? Oh, it's really bitter. Oh!
You're supposed to sip it.
Okay.
Did you pound this? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I drank the whole thing in once. I mean,
Yeah, you have
I
to.
paid for it.
You got to enjoy the flavor.
It was like burnt for like a week. I couldn't taste anything, which wasn't a bad thing. We weren't in a very good place.
I'm reading it, but not anymore.
Have you had some?
I have. We traveled through. I'm assuming you're from Venetia.
Yeah.
It's yeah. We traveled through there.
I like that. Nice area.
The town.
Very,
The
very-
town of Venetia.
Very friendly. Very friendly folk around
The
there.
town I didn't come up with. Did I say where I was a town? I didn't think I told
No,
the
you
town.
didn't designate a specific town.
I didn't need to look at the map to see, but
You want to look at it and pick a place?
sure. That way I can actually give you a town where I'm from.
Their forests are amazing. And what are those things called? Grapes. Grapes.
Yeah.
The capital is Sonata.
He's got the map.
Just remember he was saying he was from Royal.
Noble.
No. Sorry.
Hey, he's not Lord.
No. So Sonata's the capital. What's another larger city in there?
Any of them that has a
Circle.
dot with a circle around it is a large city.
Well, there is a city of Venetia. Right?
That's Venetia.
Venetia, sorry. Port area.
Can't remember where we landed. Was it Solida?
Yes.
Where our
That's
boat
Star
landed?
Lord. Like the Singer Lord.
Yeah.
What is Venetia?
Oh my.
like?
Okay, I was trying to
Venetia
figure out
is just a
who
major
was.
port city. Lots of trade and stuff comes through there.
You get home for somewhat of my time.
Yeah.
I'll say that. So I am from Venetia.
Now, most of their port city, like the major port cities, are pretty large.
Yeah.
Definitely much larger than this little town you're in.
Mhm.
I mean, there's only maybe like 2,000 people in total that live in this town.
Ego. It's only half a blood.
So what brought you out this way? All the way from Venetia?
Exploration, travel, coins. I go where the jobs take me.
And have you known your travel companions long?
Not terribly long, I don't think. It doesn't say. So.
I purposely left it like super vague so you
Yeah.
guys could pick. So it's up to you. I've been in this town personally. My character's been here about 6 months.
Yeah, I would say that.
I would
That's
say
about
we know
it.
each other longer
Hmm?
than that. I would think.
You or us?
We could have met like right after I got here.
Yeah, I'd say it's been at least half a year. So. I don't let typically I don't have I kind of like friends are here and there, but you know, when I find good friends, I stay with them as long as I can.
I was looking for my typed character sheet. Or what? My character
I'm not that
sheet's
old.
typed.
You what?
I said I'm not that old either.
Well, you are a human.
I
You
said
what?
I'm only 22, so.
Well, technically, we're the same age, but we're elves, so we just happen to be 120 years old. What's it to you?
Just make sure you put on your character sheet. I mean, granted, you're a warrior, whatever.
You should have licked her in the eye just went.
I decided I call it character sheet in blood.
Yeah.
So you two approach the shrine and you kind of show him the basically the traditions that they uphold here, so that he doesn't offend anybody. And you go inside and you see she's in there already praying because, well, the god of light, the dawn is a fairly sacred time, so praying at dawn is kind of her dish.
I've only done this once. I just wanted to see what it was. But yeah, she's usually over here.
So as you go through the terrain, there's like a kind of a nice winding path, and then like a set of stairs, because the shrine itself kind of sits on a slight hill. You kind of go up a series of stairs after kind of cleansing yourself, and you see this large wooden structure. It's basically a 2-story pagoda style structure with columns all on the outside, and at the tops of the columns there's like these wood carvings of the heads of various like mythological creatures. On either side of the shrine there are 2 stone dogs, I guess you could call them. Basically, they kind of look like lions, but they don't really look like lions. They call them dogs. They don't. To me, they don't really look much like a dog.
I know what they look like.
But there's 2 things that basically protect the area and everything. And then there's the shrine itself, and inside there's like a whole bunch of these various decorative bits and bobs that kind of hang about. The entire front of it has a rope, this really coarse rice straw rope that kind of hangs across the front of it. It has these like little zigzag pieces of paper, white paper, that kind of hang off of it, and a couple of like these broom-like tassels that kind of hang between those. You can see the old woman is just kind of going about her business. There's nobody else here other than her, and she's praying. To one side, there's a thing where you can purchase these basically like little prayers, basically on like a little piece of parchment. It's got like it's written in the local language. These like various kanji bits and everything. You can buy those, and then there's like protective talismans and stuff over in this other area that you can purchase to basically carry around with you that helps ward off evil spirits and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And it's basically just based off of whatever you donate. There's like a little donation box.
Right. Well, I'm good.
So, watch this. Watch. So I'll go over and introduce myself to her, but I'm gonna do it with the whole formal bowing and everything like the local culture does.
To the old hunched lady.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see this lady.
She's still taller than me.
She might be, if she was standing up straight, might be 5 foot tall. But she's almost completely doubled over, hunched, and she's got like a stick. It's like this little short broom.
Stick.
And she just basically like kind of looks up at you, and she's got this like white hair that's pulled back in like a really tight bun. It's got like two little crossed, basically like the chopstick bun thing, kind of like that. And she just kind of looks up at you with this like really broad smile, but she just looks like somebody took like a person and just soaked them in water for like a week, because she's all like pruny and everything. She's got like the really deep wrinkles and everything, but her eyes are big and bright. She kind of looks up at you with these teeth, and she's like, and bows. It's like, good morning. What? Can I be of help?
My friend here has questions for you and wishes to speak with you.
Oh, and she kind of looks up at you. How nice, how nice.
Is she speaking common right now, or?
Yeah, she's speaking common
Okay.
right now.
Hi, my name is Sylen, and I was told that you probably know a lot about what came through this town. So I don't know when specifically she would have come through here, if she ended up this way at all. But do you know if there's an elf woman who came through town many years ago?
Kind of looks at, oh yes, there used to be an elf. She lived in the forest though, to the north. I believe she's still there. I mean, the Witch of the Wood is, as far as we know, she has never left.
Okay. Do you happen to know what her name was, if at all?
I never met her personally. I just always heard her called the Witch of the Wood. She lives among the yokai, and she was when. Sorry. My name's.
Beat you with my head.
Sorry. Oh, when Mayumi came and struck the bargain with the yokai, that was who she struck the bargain with. At least that's what the legends say.
How far north is she?
Oh, she lives at not quite the foot of the mountain, so approximately 2 days travel into the forest.
Okay.
But it is very dangerous. I do not recommend anybody go there. It is, unless you take perhaps a talisman. She goes over and kind of very slowly walks over, up the steps.
I'll go
She
in. I
kinda-
want to see what she's got.
She kind of looks through the boxes, and then she picks out this piece of jade that's basically just in a circle with a hole in the middle, with a kind of a thin leather thong kind of wrapped around it. And she's like, and it's got some kanji symbols kind of etched into it. She's like, yeah. Kind of comes over and she kind of hands it to you. Yeah.
Right.
This may help. This may help.
Does it seem magical at all?
Yes, you don't.
No.
If you were to detect magic on it, it would not radiate any kind of magic.
Okay.
Trinkets. I want to buy some of her stickers.
Yeah, stickers.
Well, the
Oh, okay, some of the little
The prayers?
yeah. You stick them on things, Ian.
Well, I'm being a stickler
You're
about
on
the right. So, how much is the talisman?
No, she just kind of closes her hand around and is like, no, it's okay, it's okay. You're gonna die.
I thank her, and again I thank for the information too. And then I excuse myself since I don't really have any more questions for her. It sounds like she doesn't really have that much to know about like what the Witch of the Wilds does, really, just stories. So
I'm gonna pick one of the protection licking sticks, and I'm gonna take it, and I'll drop 2 gold into the.
Daniel, all right.
that's a
I'm gonna give it to Yui. It seems
Okay.
nice.
All right. Just don't lick it and stick it on her head.
Hi, Yui.
yeah. She's not one of those ghosts.
No. You're really, I'm not that kind of girl. On our way out, basically, see you. Are you done? Are you still praying?
You're like over there praying. She just kind of nudges you.
Just don't like open one eye and look up at her like seriously.
It's kind of like, are you awake?
All right. I'll take that as a yes. Okay.
No, I'm done.
Oh, okay. Come on, let's
I'll come. Hungry anyways.
Alright.
And you guys get up and kind of leave the shrine area and head back out, basically down.
Yep. So I'm gonna go find Adrie. I know Arilu will be around somewhere.
Alright, so you guys,
When you come back,
Meanwhile,
I'll give
you
you
guys
coffee.
you guys are just kind
no.
of gathered together drinking
It's
coffee.
like giving a child sugar.
We're just sitting back watching drinking our coffee, watching him just.
Like over the hedge when there's your family there.
Yeah.
I've turned into like 4 different animals at this point.
Just like Kimiko is like, yeah, every time you turn into an animal, she's like, he tries to pet you and treat you like you are that animal.
Yeah.
See, I told you he's just like a pet.
It's quite amusing
Quite the tricks. I'm gonna give Hammy the
to see how
coffee
many
over.
things he can turn into at once.
But, so I go over to Adrie, and if there's a spot to sit next to her, I'll sit next to her.
There's like little stone benches that kind of sit in like a little half circle
And,
area in the garden.
Oh, did you find out anything?
Yeah. So remember last night, when the conversation went to someone being a witch of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out my mother might be the witch of the woods.
Oh, well, that's convenient. I'm like, she like yells at me. Yeah! Just,
It's not polite to call your mother a witch.
I didn't call
No,
her
when
that.
they did the pact and they made the town safe from all the yokai, she's the one they made the pact with.
Hmm.
Yeah.
was your mom always a witch? Did she have powers, or is this something new?
I was.
Are you a witch?
No, I'm not a witch.
Which is on.
I still step back, like, right.
I honestly don't know. I was 3 when she left, and my father did not talk about her at all.
Interesting. All
Keep
right.
him away from the brooms.
And how far away is she?
About 2 days travel to the north, near the mountains.
When do we leave?
Through the haunted forest, though.
It's not that
You've never been in that forest.
And you're gonna come with us and protect us?
Yeah.
And expect us to pay you for this?
At least spoils.
I'll let you know that the last protectors that we had didn't end up so well, so
What did you do to him?
Well, it's better to tell them the truth.
What did
I
they do?
didn't do anything to them. I did.
Well,
I know, right?
long story
All the way through.
Shut your
They got
face.
squished by rocks.
It's like, oops, missed one.
I see wind.
Let me just walk back.
They got
He
squished by
climbed
rocks.
across.
I see wind, some kind of star. Watch me turn into an owl, and just straight up.
Exactly.
He's a bit on the gibberish right now through the.
Long story short, the dungeon that we came through the portal here to,
From.
Dungeon.
yeah.
So
Dungeon.
your portal was in a dungeon,
Yes.
and you thought, "Wow, let's go through this."
Yes, basically. It was an informed decision.
to go with him. I don't know. What is wrong with you? You can see it.
While I'm up there, I
But-
don't see any path.
We don't know. They
Going
could have been
north.
trapped in there.
There was-
Oh yeah,
no other way
there's a
out.
very distinct path.
It actually
path
was
that
the
walks
case.
up.
We had three portals
the
to
land
choose
is
from.
is
We
pretty
picked
clear.
the
I
one
mean,
here
it's
because
like
my-
wild grasses
I
and
found out my
flowers
mother
and
went through
stuff.
that
and
portal.
It's very nice.
How did you find
For
out?
about a quarter,
The,
about a half a
Milton?
mile until it reaches
Yeah.
the,
Oh,
like a sharp part where the forest basically
But-
starts. And it's just like this
The
dark
last group
forest that
who
kind
went with us.
of, from your vantage point, you can see it just kind of spreads for
So
miles
goes-
and miles
You
and
can't hear
miles.
So
anything
goes
when
the
two groups are
town.
talking.
Yeah.
Cherry blossoms
It's okay.
around the town, and then it's just a bunch of different terrains until the dark forest is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still awake.
To the south of where you're at, there's like a really deep, broad river that basically runs from the
That didn't
northeast
Yeah.
to southwest, kind of across that way.
No,
You see, like,
Was
there's
that
like fishing
outside or-
boats and stuff out there. It's pretty
I'm
broad.
sure it
It's
wasn't
about
me
probably
when you guys my chair.
about
Oh.
a mile and a
Okay, that
half
might have been it.
wide. From your vantage point, you wouldn't guess it doesn't move very fast, but that's basically makes up one side of the town, and then there's the town with the cherry trees around it, and there's a road that basically runs along the side of this river. And from your vantage point, you can see that there's a trade caravan coming from the north east, kind of making its way towards town, and there's like another caravan that's kind of going away from town in the opposite direction, following the road. But you can see some kind of outlying farms, areas where there's like some rice paddies and stuff like that, that type of farm structure. And then there's like other farms where it's basically like some pigs and chickens and that type of thing off to one area. But there's like a few outlying farms, but they're all south of this wood. But there is a very distinct path that you can see that basically goes from the village up towards where this forest is. And there are two really large trees that basically sit on either side of this path, and they kind of come up and create like this arching, almost like a gate that leads into the forest itself. And you see these thick ropes that are basically tied around those two trees with these like odd little like white pieces of paper on them and some like tassels and stuff like that. You're not really sure what those are, but it looks significant.
Okay. So I'll come back down really quick. Turn back into Arilu.
Okay.
There's a path. It's going north, and I also seen a caravan going that way and that way. There's a very large river. There's a road
Yeah,
next to
it's
the river.
established it.
It's very
My
nice.
character has a better
It looks
idea
very
of the
clean. The
backstory
water's
than-
clean around here.
Yeah,
The air is
water's
very
very
nice. Everything about this place is nice, except for the forest up north. There's a dark forest up north with two big trees, some stuff on it. Oh my god.
Breathe. Breathe, Arilu.
At this
breathe.
point, you kind of start seeing little stars and everything. You have to like,
Well, when
So-
you can see sound.
Well, as I was saying,
But there's a very distinct path. It goes right north. I could take you through it.
but yeah, the previous group we were with, which we hadn't known for very long, and
Oh, that didn't end well.
there was a trap in the dungeon that they did not survive.
mountains
did.
north and mountains south. Basically, you're like in a large open
You
space
three
between two mountain ranges.
survive.
So it's basically a mountain pass that you're kind of sitting.
I know it sounds bad, but it was not an intentional division.
It was my fault. Most of it.
I turned
Alright.
into a spider and just crossed around the whole thing.
Yeah, he just bailed.
I've not bailed. I turned into a spider.
Alright. Well,
But
Just letting you know that we go places and we meet danger.
sure.
I want you to know. I want you to know what you're getting into.
Well,
now you're making
hopefully
it
we
sound
don't
like
die.
everyone we come across dies.
Well, statistically speaking.
Well, statistically speaking, we traveled a year before getting there, and we met a lot of people along the way.
How do you know they didn't die?
Yeah, have you Googled it?
If they died, it was well after our passing. So,
There you go.
and it was on our.
I do not claim responsibility for that.
Kasumi, look what I can do.
They signed a waiver.
How?
Annika.
I don't know.
It's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
How much?
Did watch it.
How much for your services to take us through the woods? Because we're not. I mean, we can fight not that well.
Just a second. I just want to grab these two, yank them together. Alright, so, do we charge them? I'm just going to be in Keone's. Do we charge them, or do we just take, like, a share of the bounty and then, like, you know, watch our backs? Because apparently.
God, if we're gonna die, I
not
expect a lot.
trustworthy. What, so.
You won't need it if you're dead.
Right? What I want to know is, are they paying us with their money or their dead friends' money? Because that
They
could
collect
matter.
that loot.
Well, they don't know that, of course.
Yeah.
They don't know what the trap was. We didn't explain that.
Right, the trap. We went into a dark hallway together.
I didn't say if you went dark
600.
hallway.
No,
Three
it's like
left.
we don't know anything about it.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't really ask for clarification either.
No, I just assumed we're some of your elves. So.
I don't know.
It's like we're not doing, or it's not like we're doing anything right now, anyways.
So
We
share
could just go
them.
for fun
Okay.
and maybe get something in return.
There we go. All right. So equal shares of any treasure.
Sure.
Yes.
Equal.
Yes.
Equal shares.
Equal shares. Yeah.
Equal shares.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I totally.
Super awkwardly openly winking. Full Rocket Raccoon. And it's like.
Oh, I used the wrong eye.
Right. So, yes, we would love to accompany you. What we'll do is equal shares of the treasure. We won't charge you for it.
Okay.
If we kill things,
Okay.
including a witch, nothing personal, then if there's treasure, we want our share.
That sounds
Definitely
fair.
get a share of the treasure.
That's fair.
All right. And I'm not talking. I don't want like books. I don't want my share to be in scrolls.
I might want books.
You can have the books. I don't want the books.
Scrolls are worth gold. though.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they're dry. And
Well, I'm sure they're not going to be sea
Irregardless.
scrolls. So.
when do you want to leave? I mean, do you want to stay in town for another night? Leave in the
Why
morning?
wait? Let's go now.
It's-
Wait, we gotta go shopping.
It's
We should go
already
shopping.
morning.
How do we calm him down? Go get
Well,
some sake.
I run laps. So
I think he's already ran.
Run, I fly,
And run.
and run, and slither.
He's got the run.
I'm gonna
I've dug
call
once.
over one of the girls,
keep
one of
flying on
Okay.
floor
the girls from
already.
the and ask for a drink, like a shot of sake,
Just completely
something.
by accident.
He just turns into flying
No,
creatures and
she disappears into
can't
the,
fly, so he
to
just
the
sits there.
building itself and comes back fairly shortly with a small clay cup.
Thank you. I'm gonna hand this. Drink this.
What is it? Oh god, it smells.
Drink it. You need to calm down.
Drink your night-night juice.
It's warm.
But yeah,
I get level 4 I can. Which
All right.
he used an owl once. I learned how to do it, but I couldn't do it
I don't
at the
think
time.
technically you can fly yet. I don't know when you get flying. Either way, I don't care.
I thought it was 4.
We'll let it go.
I thought it was 4.
but yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't mind leaving.
It was
right
all
away.
roleplay, so it's not like it's going to have a major impact. So
Means I
I'm
have
not
So,
worried about
shopping?
That means I have to get up and get dressed.
Well, we're up now.
But I'm
You don't
not
have to get
dressed. I'm in my
dressed.
robe. I'm just enjoying the vacation in the garden.
it. Yeah.
Well, you could catch up with us when we leave.
That's fine.
Okay.
Let's get ready to go.
All right. Shopping. Who needs to shop?
Yeah. I like shopping.
All right.
Not really, but I need some stuff.
All right. So you guys go back inside, and basically pay for your night's stay and everything, and get all your belongings, and return your robes and your slippers and everything, and kind of bow out and give them a nice little, thanks kind of thing, and head off into the actual the market street to begin doing all your shopping and everything.
I tip her a gold. Just for her education. She's already doing a pristine job.
Just kind of says like,
I know it's not what's around here, but where I'm from, it's good there.
I'm gonna give Yui the lick and stick.
okay.
And thank her for her time and services. If I remember right, tipping there is kind of like bad juju.
Yeah,
Would I have
it's-
picked up on that by living there already?
Only
So
if you
tipping
take
is a
it-
bad thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
For Asian cultures.
Awesome. We're just like throwing around money.
well, it's the whole like to improve
Only if you
services
take it
or,
from him.
or
Then it's a
thing,
bad
and then
thing.
they assume, oh,
Yeah, it's basically.
am I not good enough for you? Was
Yeah, it's
I not
basically saying
bad
that-
service?
Yeah, that the service wasn't good enough, and they need to.
Unlike America, where like if you want refills, bitch, you better tip.
I don't tip no face. Everyone else gets a tip.
No face?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Spirited Away.
Oh.
It's very bad luck if you tip him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just push them over.
He's not a cow.
Alright, so, but you guys go into the town and kind of begin doing your various shoppings and everything. What are you guys looking to purchase?
What
I'm
time of
gonna
day
buy
is
a
it?
bomb.
By this time, it's just before noon. So there's like a handful of people basically taking a break from work, hitting up various like little shops and stuff for foods and stuff. You see some of the local merchants go into this one shop and they come out with these various little bamboo skewers with like bits of this like glazed chickens and pork and stuff on it. One of them has like you're not really sure what it is, but it's kind of like an oblong bread coated some sort of fried something or other. It might be potatoes or something, some sort of something. You can see a couple of people are eating, have like a ball of this like sticky rice, and they're just kind of eating that.
Look, it's a Hufflepuff.
But a lot of people are kind of going about like buying food and stuff right now. The market is actually relatively busy. Seems like probably about a third of the town, maybe a quarter of the town seems to be all in the market street at the moment, basically doing their very daily shopping and everything.
I'm trying to think of what we needed last time that I didn't have.
I want to pick up some potions.
Okay.
I want to try and find a book on the local language because I want to learn it.
There is a shop that sells books.
Like I'm not necessarily saying that I can learn it, but I want to
Just buy some
Oh
children's
yeah,
books.
actually there is like a kind of like it's not like a common to Keone's dictionary or anything like that, but it's got like it's basically like what they would use like for a child to like basically learn how to read, stuff like that.
Yeah, I will-
It's fairly thick, but it's just a really basic book.
He's not going to
I
And
will-
one of the people that actually speak the language can basically help you go through it and help you learn the language and help you a lot
He's not
faster
asleep at all.
because you have
Yeah.
basically
By the way,
teaching
I had a problem
materials.
when I was babysitting the other day. He just wasn't wanting to go down. Just kept coming in there, turn off the light, pick him up, put him in the bed, go back out.
Yeah, so basically I want to purchase that so I can start trying to learn it.
Okay.
Probably after that shopping, we might have to.
So how much would that be?
It's almost midnight
That
anyway,
would
so-
be 5 silver for that particular book.
Okay. And that's pretty much all I need. I don't really need anything else. I still have plenty of rations and all that other stuff.
need.
I already shot right before this. So.
Okay. And you were looking for potions.
Potions, a couple of healers kits too. Just
Okay, so you walk up and down all the shops seem to be on this like one street, and you're just kind of walking up and down the street, and you're kind of going into like different shops and everything. You find the healers kits in one of the shops that happens to be like between a fish stall and like a clothing, what looks like maybe like a clothing type store. There's like this shop that has like various medicinal herbs and that kind of thing in it. You can get some healer's kits from that. But you're having a hard time finding potions. But you ask the old man that's basically working in the shop where you pick up the healer's kits, and he tells you that you can get potions at the shrine.
okay.
Lock picks.
You want to purchase some lockpicks?
You know, last time we were in a dungeon and we were without a rogue and we had no way to pick any locks. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, we were very unprepared last time.
You know I'm a rogue.
Well, yeah, you can probably.
That's true.
I don't know what your jobs you guys are.
That's
Like,
true.
we're going
That's
out.
true.
I'm
Are you
just
telling them
getting
what I do for
It
profession?
takes you probably about 3 hours.
Just saying.
It's not
kinda
something I
like
typically walk
Going
around
through the
just telling
shops and
everybody,
everything, you
"By the
don't
way, I'm a
see
thief this
any
year."
lockpicks that
Right.
you
That's
can
true.
actually straight up purchase.
I'll throw that out there for you.
But you kind of start to
Guard
kind of
your
ask
shit.
around, and people are very
It
kind of
might
slow. They're
disappear.
like,
Hopefully
okay.
people would just know. Oh,
Until you meet
just
this
shapeshifted.
one person is like, okay, this is where you need to go in order to get some lockpicks.
We're aware better.
Because they're relatively shady.
Unless they have seen you turn into more than one
Find them
thing.
in like
I turned into like 4 things.
General
in front
store.
of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
but he sends you
trying
to
to pet
this
all of
area.
them.
And
Yeah, because
You
I
can
was
buy
just
some
like, watch,
lockpicks.
watch.
Okay. Let me see them on here.
It's under tools. If you go to, there's like a whole column that just has tools on it.
It would be thieves' tools, I think.
Yeah.
Not lockpicks, right? Yeah.
Yeah, thieves' tools.
You can go into it. Right there.
Pliers and scissors. You know, these things might come in handy.
Well, it's just a general toolkit type thing.
Yeah.
With different things that you can do things with. So, anybody else buying anything?
Fluff wise, I'll buy rations. But I already did my shopping and everything before
So
the
you
session.
buy some various rations and stuff. You hit up some of the different shops.
Make sure my fishing kit is full. To go fishing my spare time.
Yeah, that's fine. So you wind up going back down towards the docks area where you can buy some basic fishing type gear.
I've already done my shopping. I don't think I need anything.
Okay.
I think I even bought a couple little extra things.
So you finally make your way, because it's kind of like off the strip, you kind of make your way over towards the shrine. And is anybody going with him, or is he just kind of going by himself?
Who? He's going to the shrine?
Oh god, he's by himself.
I'll go with the crazy guy.
Well, I don't know if you guys are like in a clump going around to the various shops, or you
We
guys
might be
split
taking
up
them around just because we know where the stuff is,
Okay.
kind of thing.
And you're his designated like guide.
Or do the short stay.
All right, so you go to the shrine, and you show him how you've done this once already today. It's like this will be the 3rd time you've ever done it in your life.
Busy day for the spirits.
Again, but he takes you through the various little like traditions and ceremonies and everything.
Yeah, it
The
was.
polite way to basically enter into the shrine and everything.
All the whiskey.
You go in there and you see the various like weird animal heads and everything, basically carved into these things at the tops of these tops of the columns. Like there's like a dragon, and there's like an elephant and a couple other different stranger type creatures. And you kind of walk in there, and you see off to one side, you see an umbrella that's kind of sitting over and kind of propped up in the corner. It's like a paper. It's one of the nice bamboo paper ones with the painted pattern on the top of it and everything. It's just kind of propped up over in the corner.
Hey? Hey?
Is that,
Don't make direct eye contact.
is that a yokai? inside the shrine.
Don't make eye contact.
Is there anyone around?
Yeah, right now, no, the old lady is not currently visible.
Don't touch it.
If it comes alive, I'm gonna eat it.
Alright. It's because I want to see what happens when he tries that shit. But we're here for potions. Let's focus.
Well, now there's an umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go over to it.
Okay, so you go over to the umbrella. And it's just kind of, like I said, it's just kind of leaning in the corner on one side of the shrine.
Yeah, exactly.
Poke it, it's like falls over.
You just see Yip and like.
Like when a cat.
That is his cucumber.
I think this one's asleep.
Alright, let's not and say we didn't. Come on, the potions are over here.
Oh, alright
So you guys
then. Dodge
kind
the
of
bullet.
do you prop
Yeah.
it back up? Alright, you pick it, prop it back up.
It says
And
thank you.
actually, as you're walking away, you hear. He's like, Domo. As you walk away.
Did you call me?
Dummy? Yeah.
You look over and there's like this old lady is like, no, I said thank you. You picked up my umbrella.
Ah!
Are you Yui's aunt?
No.
I think she's a bit old to be Huey's mom.
It's a general term. Anyway, we need potions. Can you buy some potions? You have money, right?
I've got something.
Of course. And she
Everyone looks really funny at me when I give it to him.
She goes over and she opens up like a little cabinet and there's like little vials of red liquid and stuff in there. In varying shades of red. Going from kind of like a pale, almost translucent, shimmery red to a really thick, dark,
Viscous.
almost viscous. Yeah, viscous liquid with almost like a glowing light kind of glimmers inside of it.
Healing potion nectar.
Yeah.
Looks like it's a big cabinet of the good stuff. So how does this work?
What would you like to purchase? Healing potions?
Potions, yes.
Greater healing potion? Or superior healing potions? I don't have many of the superior. They don't sell very well. They're expensive. And she's like, there's 6 of those.
What's expensive?
500 gold for one of these?
Alright, that is expensive. Well, for the ones at the top there.
50 gold for the little one. For the regular healing potions. Of course, you can't reach it.
Yeah.
Because it's like way up there and she's like way down here.
I'll take 2.
She's like, okay. She kind of looks around and goes over and grabs like a little like step ladder thing.
I slap your leg. Get him down!
She pops it in front of it.
She's older than God!
She's like, oh.
Which one?
2, just 2.
No, which god? You said she's older than
Oh,
God.
shit, I don't know, probably all of them. She's been
And
wrong.
she's like, oh. She puts the stool back. Thank you.
Thank you.
And she kind of reaches over and she grabs like this little wooden box that's got like a handle on it. And she's like,
Yeah, I'll put that.
she puts it back on the thing. And she's like, and she starts chanting something. And then she kind of reaches out. It's like, the spirits will watch over you.
You forgot to high five.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, the yokai will watch over you. I'm not here.
I see what you did there.
I like your umbrella, by the way. Be careful. Someone told me it could be a yokai.
And she kind of looks over at it. I haven't left it anywhere unattended for very long. Hopefully it's not angry. She goes over and pokes it. No, seems okay.
This is just a regular umbrella. This isn't gonna be even the same fucking umbrella. It's just an umbrella.
They're all the same now.
All umbrellas look alike. Got it.
Well, as long as it stays on its best behavior.
Now the old lady's kind of looking at you, kind of worried. Guide you out of the shrine. If you need anything else, please come back. I will be very happy to help you.
Well, we're going into the northern woods now, so
Oh,
that coming back part might be needed.
she's like, oh,
We've got a
scary.
talisman.
Oh, you for your friend, yes.
I took
Not for
a
you.
prayer.
Oh, keep that with you. Keep that with you. It will help keep you safe.
Can I buy another one?
Of course. And she goes over and she kind of like shows you where the little box of them are.
I snatch up another protection one and drop 2 more gold in the box.
She's
I
like,
want one.
would you like another?
Well, I mean, there's only me.
I want 1. 3. I want 3.
Okay. She's like, scoops them up and hands them to you.
This one's going on.
I'm pretty sure you'll think they're blasphemous, and you'll be upset that I spent $2 on a piece of paper. So
I'm pretty sure he doesn't care what you do with your money.
It's your money.
that's fine.
I could be wrong. You might find it a little.
Protection.
Yeah, I'll tuck that in right next to the silver locket there. Just
Okay.
Right. Back to the others.
So by the time you guys gather back together, it is about 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So about 3
That took
hours
forever.
till sunset.
Well, at this rate, we should probably just leave in the morning. No?
No, I'm fine with that. That's one more night of food and a bed before we run off into the woods.
I brought
to kill
something for
away.
you guys.
You can keep your superstitions
No.
to yourself.
That one's for you.
Just
You
be
don't know
nice
what's
and
up to-
take it. He was being thoughtful.
Use it as a bookmark.
At this point, you see down the road a little bit, you see 2 doors kind of slide open at a familiar establishment. This guy comes out and takes it and hangs up this red lantern and lights up
Drink it up.
the candle inside of it and goes back inside.
I think they might have actually started doing the lantern thing for me. Don't come in until after the lantern's lit. No, we can't drink. It's not noon.
What's the lantern mean?
Means I can drink.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, what is I mean, I guess it is late. We could stay here another night, I suppose.
You guys go back to the river's edge.
May as well.
Well, she wants to drink first, but yeah.
You found that it's usually best to get your rooms beforehand.
Right.
That way you have a place to drop her off if necessary.
This is true. So we'll go back, get the rooms, and
Yeah, they're fairly surprised to see 3 of you. The other 3, it's kind of become normal.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, and they
We were gonna leave town, but then they took forever to shop, so we have to wait till tomorrow.
I saw a yokai today.
in town.
Kept it in check.
Oh, thank you.
It was pretty awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys go
you've been touching
basically
my coffee,
check
okay?
back into your rooms. You head out to spend an evening drinking yet again.
I'm gonna keep it in moderation.
Keeping it in mind.
Only drinking the good stuff and sipping it.
All right. And then just after sunset, you guys are kind of sitting around and you're just kind of getting kind of settled, drinking, kind of chatting amongst yourselves, talking about, where you've been and how you got here, and basically continuing on with that whole thing. And you guys are kind of telling your story. When you hear on the kind of the southern, southwestern portion of town, you start hearing yelling and screams and people. You see groups of people kind of running past the front of the establishment that you're in, in a panic and running away.
Oh fuck no.
That is
That is where we will come to.
No!
And
But it is
the
late.
night. It is late, and
Yes,
you
I wanna
guys
fight
did
the
lots and
creatures.
lots of role play, so we
Yeah.
didn't actually get to the encounter tonight, which is fine. You guys did a lot of role play, a lot of establishment. I like it. Good job, folks.
And,
Nah, give us an XP.
Oh, yes.
and during however long we were sitting there drinking, chatting before the people started running by screaming, like I personally don't have any issue with, if asked, like talking about like the dungeon we were in previously. So it's possible that if anyone here was interested, because obviously the players all know what happened. It could have gone over that encounter.
We'll buy a
effectively.
drink. We'll buy a round for your fallen companions and
Basically, just kind of give them the full details story of how you met the last people and what happened.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that, well, she had shown concern, Bridget. So Bridget's probably maybe asked a bit more.
yeah.
At least. I don't know about Ethan or Connie if they would have.
Well, she's trying not to be too racist. It's worse when she's drunk. But for her, it's like, okay, the 3 elves survived the fight.
You don't know
That's
the race
all
of what
it
the
is.
other people were.
I
Do
don't.
you not tell them?
But you guys
Well,
were in a party together.
at
All
the-
elves know each other,
Not
obviously.
the initial group. Obviously, they would
We're all
probably
part of
more
the club.
explained
Yeah.
in detail at the table.
Yeah.
But when she initially found out, I wasn't gonna
Just
go
wasn't
like
that
say,
easy.
"Oh
You
yeah,
weren't going to go there.
yeah."
Yeah.
So like we had a Goliath and 2 humans, you know.
Yeah.
You guys did a lot of role play, so I'll give you. Everybody gets 300 XP.
Okay, so I don't
I mean, there wasn't
actually
any real
follow-
encounters or anything. So
You
He
should have started
beat a
at
yokai.
27, so
I
you
don't know what
should
you're
have
talking about.
3,000 even now.
Okay.